You fine gentlemen last week went out to go and hunt some meat to deal with the food issue that the city was experiencing. You successfully managed to hunt some meat, but unfortunately, one of your companions, the whispering trunk of Geralden, got slain. And you guys managed to defeat the creatures, the dumb animals, chop them up for food, take them back home to help add to the food stockpile to tide over the village until such time as more permanent agreements could be made and people can start farming properly and clearing land and planting, all that kind of thing. And the goblin druids will be aiding you with doubling the yield of your crops. So that's all. It is currently the evening after you've returned from your hunt. As far as I recall, you guys were building a pyre to send off Geralden, isn't that right, Razgor?
Yes. I'm gonna have me and my girls gonna build a ridiculous, 20-foot tall pyre.
Viking send off.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the rest of you guys doing while the construction said pyre is on? Is there anything
on one of my projects.
Oh, you're just like, oh well, he's dead. Carry on.
Well, before his body is burned, I would have liked to have attempted to get his last will and testament, but he's strange. His soul is strangely absent at the minute.
Let me see if we can. Golden!
That might actually work.
Sees me. Maybe you'll hear it. I'm gonna send him a WhatsApp. What's your last will and testament?
Send some more context on that message.
No. He doesn't need that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, what is your last will and testament?
We're not at the
Context.
Okay, so while that's going on, Clef, is there anything you're going to be doing while this is going on? It's going to take several hours for them to finish building the funeral pyre that they send him off on.
Just communing with his spirit, making sure he's alright, not too angry.
So what, you just got his mangled remains in a box and you're just sitting next to it going, so, how's being dead?
Yeah, pretty much.
Just, okay.
Just easing him into it, you know?
He's, okay. It's not like he can really reply. While this is all going on, Razgor, you hear a yes come from the village. And you see one of the Daves has successfully managed to lift the stone hammer that you had left behind. And is now triumphantly standing with it above his head, and you can see both his knees are just kind of trembling with the sheer fatigue of having been pulling on this thing for about 7 hours, trying to get it off the ground somehow. But he's got this thing in his hands and he's got it above his head. And all the guys in that area who aren't on shift at the moment, busy building the pyre, are just kind of ooh, they're really impressed with the fact that this guy has managed to, as far as they can tell, lift this magical artifact that was left in place by the boss. But yeah.
That's one rep.
He looks at you, and you see a single solitary tear gather in the corner of his right-hand eye and slowly starts rolling down his cheek, but he doesn't say anything. He drops it to the ground and tries lifting it again. Starting the entire process.
I put a comforting hand on his shoulder, and given the events of last week's, Brienne's faith has been considerably restored in her god, and Brienne tells Dave that Cthulhu will aid you if you but ask.
When you say that, he looks at you, Razgor, for what now, kind of
If anything helps you, that's cheating.
You see me look on his face, and you see once more the tries to pick up the stone handle once more and try and lift it above his head. Oh, you really are making these poor bastards suffer.
Dude, by the time Razgor's done with them, they are gonna have 20 in every stat.
I'm making Ogrins.
Ogrins.
Okay, so everything except...
Here comes Jathar.
Sorry, boys. I just had to help you with something before I was unavailable for the rest of the afternoon.
It's all good. So, Jathar, you're dead. But in your dead state, you hear a voice. The voice of Cleef. Come to
Hi, Groudon. How you doing?
Ah!
All right, so you go for the spooky angle. I can roll with it. Yeah, just checking in. Just checking in with you, making sure you're okay, and comfortable.
Yeah, it's pretty good being one with everything.
Okay, well that's cool. You're not too angry with us, no.
Oh no, I mean my followers, my followers have a geese on them to get all cowardly warforged, but otherwise
Oh, that makes
we're
sense.
okay here.
Okay. Any will or anything instructions you want me to pass on?
My gloves should be enshrined until someone is powerful enough to wield them, but otherwise, no, nothing in particular.
Okay. Making notes. You cool with me having this dragon mask? Yeah.
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
You,
I think
you
it's
guys
stuck
just
to
see
my
like
face
the
now.
two. You just see the two followers just like standing there looking at Cleef and then looking at the corpse and then looking at Cleef and then looking at the corpse. They don't really know what to make since they only hear one side of the conversation.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else you wanna say or anything, I'll let you get back to the afterlife.
Sounds good. Good luck to my two followers. I hope they do well running the monasteries.
Yeah. Well,
Ooh, then I fade away.
okay, guys. He says good luck. Gloves, they're a relic. When one of you's strong enough to use them, then somebody can use them. But until then, you worship them, I guess. All right.
I guess.
Peace. The Cleef leaves.
Right.
Okay, that's abrupt. So, rest of the afternoon, or even early evening, I should say, passes. The beer is eventually built. The pyre is eventually built, and with a lot of solemn dignity, well, as much dignity as one can have while carrying an elephant towards a giant pile of wood for burning, Geralden's body is slowly carried to the pyre, gently laid to rest, and the pyre is lit, and with that, the village takes a moment of silence as they watch the flames consume his mortal remains.
The pyre we built could probably be seen from orbit after it's lit.
Oh yeah, like this is of course you guys have so much lumber with all the strength training and trees getting pulled out, and just general everything going on with your massacring of the poor morale of these men in the city to try and build them back up again. It is a significant pyre.
I've rolled a dice, and I apparently now know how to speak Loxodon until I rest next.
Fantastic.
To me, they were just trumpets. You were just making trumpeting noises.
Is what Cleef shouts as the body goes up.
At length, you guys retire for the evening. There are many steaks served that night since you guys have approximately 17 tons of meat. And it's more than you'll be able to salt and lay in before it starts going off. So, for once, the village does not need to divvy up the one or two animals that the hunters have caught, to every single villager, and everybody gets to partake and eat well.
There might even be enough for Lunk.
There is even enough for lunch.
We should tell Lunk about the location of the dead dinosaurs, see what he can do about it. See if him and Greenie can shift some as well.
Not a bad idea.
Just saying.
Good idea.
Good idea.
Quick note: when you did clear all lines, we lost all of our notes on the map.
I've got a
too.
screenshot of it in Discord.
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
It's
In
somewhere
Discord
up
to
there.
do. That is exactly why I said last time you guys should screenshot that shit. Because I just knew. Alright, so. Evening passes. Morning dawns bright and clear. People start rolling out of their beds, getting ready for another day of training. Farming, the newfound farming techniques imparted to them by Geralden. Heading out to chop wood, quarry stone, and generally just be a actually fairly productive little frontier town that you guys have got going on now. Fishermen heading down the hill towards the foot of the city to go do some fishing. You see some of them are in the busy of sinking enormous tree trunks into the silt at the bottom of the stream so that they can build a primitive quay for the boats that come down from the other cities in the north and to the east down the river to come to the city there so they can pick up stone. You see several runners leaving for the morning as well to go to neighboring cities to go and inquire about who to trade the stone with that you guys are going to be trading with. You see the foreigner woman is busy organizing the construction of a crane, a wooden pulley system, to be able to hoist the stone blocks up into the entranceway of Homiel, so that the reconstruction of the gates can start as well. So that can start getting on. And overall, it's a very nice change from the kind of oppressed, listless atmosphere that the town had when you guys initially arrived here. Despite the destruction wrought by the Kraken creature that you guys fought under the city, and the subsequent raid by the gnolls, and all the events that have occurred in this area, your actions have improved the lives of the people of the town by a measurable amount. Like, just by looking at them, you can see people are happier, they are fatter, and there is a will and a purpose in them that they lacked before. And with this said, introduce yourself to us, not Geralden. Where do you arrive? How do you arrive?
Well, all you see is this caravan slowly like working its way towards the village. And on top of it, it's like piled with bits and bobs. You know, it's kind of it looks like a traveling kind of tinker mason. If that makes any sense. But the weird thing is, it's currently being dragged by what looks to be. It doesn't look like shrimp in that you can see it's clearly not a warforged, but it's definitely some sort of robotic-looking contraption. And walking beside it, carrying a bag, is another, weird-looking creature that looks like someone made a golem out of, dirt and earth. And sitting on top of this cart, this pile of stuff, is essentially a bugbear wearing what is obviously a stolen suit and a top hat. So it's none of it's fitting very well, and it's all quite scruffy.
Okay.
I'll let out a sharp whistle, and the guards will assemble by the gate.
Okay, so guards assemble. Pull up in front of the gate, a lot of them holding their weapons with a bit more confidence than they used to. And they're all eyeballing this caravan making its way up towards the gate of the city. So, as the caravan approaches you, what do you do, Mr. Bugbear? Or as you approach, I should say.
I'm just like, greetings! I have heard that Homiel is open for business, they say.
I mean, they say. It's mostly me saying it, I think.
I am Mr. Wilfred. I don't know if you've heard of me.
Have any of us heard of him?
No.
No.
Where from is
Sorry.
Mr. Wilfred, by the way?
Mr. Wilfred has no idea. Mr. Wilfred used to live in the mountains until he got hit by a rock.
Oh god.
So you're from near the Dwarven cities, then?
Potentially, yes. I used to be part of a clan of bugbears that used to just, waylay merchants.
Okay.
Which is where I got my sweet swag.
The sweet swag.
I rolled a 18 insight to see if he thinks we heard of him or if he's just bullshit.
No, he really just genuinely want to know if you've heard of him. So.
Yeah, no, I heard that the place is open for business. I'm a businessman. I make things. I point to this there's a chest on the back of my cart which has been padlocked shut. There's this giant ass jug strapped to the side as well. I created these fellows. I kind of pat my two robot-y homunculi things. I'm here to set up shop.
Is Shrimp around?
No, I'm probably in my workshop doing stuff.
I'll go fetch him.
Yeah, you
He's in
should
his
probably go
mom's
get
basement.
Shrimp.
I'll go fetch him. I go into the workshop and
Well,
pull Shrimp out, and
we're friends with someone like that.
Do you?
you might want to come and have a look out here, Shrimpy.
What? What up?
We think we may have just met somebody who might be a little bit like you.
Doubtful, but well, let's go see this person.
That's why I'm calling you.
Say, are you a merchant? Do you bring any arms or armaments to sell?
Sorry, what's that?
So are you some kind of merchant? Do you bring any arms or goods for trade?
No, I bring the ability to create things. I don't have much myself. Although I can, if you want to buy some, I could sell you 4 gallons of beer. Or I turn to Queef, you look like a man who could use 2 gallons of mayonnaise.
Strangely enough, I'm good.
And then I pat my giant gallon, the giant jar on the side of the cart. Well, I have a couple of things to sell, but I'm hoping to set up shop here and start making things. This looks like a town ripe for, people with vision.
So, Shrimp, you arrive with Brienne to see lots of devices similar to yourself. 2 of them, in fact.
Okay, so one of them was like a dirt golem, and the other one looked like. What does the other one look like specifically?
The other one looks like if you had a crude version of a warforged. So imagine something that is similar shaped, but you can see inside. You can see the clockwork inside. If that makes any sense.
Like, are we talking about crude as in just general low technological levels, kind of crudish, or we're talking about like you put it together from like a box of scraps
in a cave?
It pretty much. I mean, it was a box of scraps. I'm constantly going to tinker on him, but yes, it looks like someone who kind of forged him with bits and pieces that he stole off of burnt out merchant caravans, and it's like this weird clockwork kind of thing.
So, where's this me-like person? All I see is animated dirt, a thing, and that is a bugbear with a top hat.
As soon as I see Shrimp, I'm like, oh my gosh, and I scamper down the cart. I'm gonna start trying to bend his arms and legs. Like, how do you do this?
Oh, Jesus Christ! What the hell is this thing?
As the bugbear gets close to Shrimp, Brienne's gonna stand in front of Shrimpy and like, yeah, back off.
I'm going to politely pick up Brienne, move him about a foot to the side, gently put him down, and then carry on trying to investigate Shrimp.
I will pick up the bugbear by the scruff like a cat and just hold him a little bit off the ground. Leave the wizard alone.
Leave the lizard?
Wizard.
What wizard?
Hey, hello.
Oh my gosh, it's a wizard!
Yes, I am in fact a wizard, and I have mighty spells.
You're a person? Oh my gosh. How do they do
Yes, hello. I don't know. You have to ask. I don't know.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. Well, I'm afraid my companions are not going to be as good at as conversational as you are. They're not that smart.
Yeah,
They're good at doing what I tell them to do. So, is there any rules around how I can set up shop? Or can I just pick a place?
Well,
Building.
if we agree to let you set up shop here, how will your appearance here and business here, how will it help the town?
Well, I'm a man who builds things. I can help build walls. I have great plans for the future. And surely this town needs someone who can give them 2 gallons of vinegar a day. I pat the jar on the side of the cart again.
Well, the vinegar might actually be useful for curing the meat that we've got.
But doesn't make nitroglycerin.
Can it?
It
Can you
might
make
make
a-
a very small amount. I don't quite know. I'd have to check. What is nitroglycerin?
I know it's nitroglycerin. It's boom juice.
Oh, okay. I don't think I can do boom juice. I can do acid.
Is that what we
Eh,
dumped on the
good enough.
dwarves?
Sorry?
I asked Letty, our shrimp, is that what we dumped on the dwarves?
No. That was NAFTA.
Okay, we need to make more of that.
North American Free Trade Association?
Yeah.
I'm all about free trade, boys.
I don't know what North America is, and
Neither do I.
content. You sometimes say some weird things.
Is a time traveling lizard, Letty.
Well, I can see that you all are a bit startled by my appearance, but that's fine. Everyone seems to react like that. I don't know why. It's like you've never seen a man with giant arms and sharp teeth before. And then I wave at the orc and I'm like, look at him. No one's treating him badly, and he's ugly.
Well, lots of people treat him badly.
Yeah.
Deservedly so, some would say.
But, it's fine.
We've also been working together for quite some time, so we trust each other for a given value of trust. We've just met you, sir.
Well, that's fine. I'm happy to set up outside the village.
While you guys are like talking, there's quite a crowd busy gathering, looking at this exchange going on here. And you hear somebody else like, "Ooh, merchants are coming to set up shop." And another one's like, "Oh, maybe we'll have a
As soon as I see them, I scamper up until the top of the cart. I'm like, people of Homehill, I am Mr. Wilfred. I've come to set up shop here. I have many things I can do and sell. I am a trained mason. I am well versed in the arts of blacksmithy. I can sell you 2 gallons of mayonnaise a day."
And you see an old lady totter forward. "Oh, you can set up in my barn if you want."
Oh, that sounds great.
And then you hear somebody like behind her, "Graham, you don't have a barn." "Oh."
That's fine, gentle people. I'll make my own barn.
Say, if we let you set up shop here, we won't let you just become rich off our people. You must also assist in the rebuilding and the expansion of this city.
Oh, I want everyone
outside
to be
of your
prosperous.
Merchant duties.
I want everyone to be prosperous, not just me. I believe in the invisible hand of the market. It will provide for us all.
As will the big metal hand in the sky.
Potentially, yes. So then, what do you say?
For now,
Restaurant kind of shrugs. If he's trouble, we'll kill
if
him.
you cause trouble, we'll deal with it. But for now, you're welcome to set up shop.
Fine, we'll shake on it, and then I spit the biggest, greeny, goopiest thing of phlegm into my palm, and stick to shake with beer.
I will spit into my hand, which by this stage the Gwell's probably turned a funny shade of blue-green too, given everything else. And I'll shake his hand.
More a black, brackish brown color.
Yeah,
Yes.
I rest my case.
Oh, I don't think that's healthy.
Can I roll a medicine check? I want to see if Brienne's got lung cancer or something.
Sure.
Sure.
$13.
You're pretty sure it would be a different color if it was lung cancer. Better keep an eye.
Okay.
Just
It would have been flecked with blood.
They just don't upset the lunk.
Oh no, I'm sure it's going to be fine.
No,
I'm-
really, don't
I'm-
upset the lung.
I'm going to go set up shop. Essentially, I'm going to start setting up a place here, just outside of town.
Okay, so with the promise of mayonnaise and vinegar, you rope a couple of villagers into assisting you. And in fairly short order, you manage to construct a fairly sturdy wooden home slash stall slash shop, I guess, would be the closest thing. While this is going on, and the construction is happening and Wilfred is setting up, your town receives a new visitor. you guys, or no, you guys, I should say, Razgor, since you're the one who's generally on gate duty, so to speak, and supervising your men outside, and
Hole in the wall.
generally be
dude.
the one. Yeah, generally the one who's keeping an inferior eye on things. You see a human woman come walking up the path towards Homiel, wearing a bright red dress, finely made, very much at odds with the peasant wear that you've seen most people in this region wear. Brilliantly copper hair that sparkles in the sunlight. And as she gets closer, you can see a glint of green in her eyes as she gets closer to you. Skin very, very fair. Not sunburnt, not browned by the outdoors, which is unusual given that you don't see her carrying a pack or umbrella or any kind of shade. You don't see a boat having dropped her off. Just nonchalantly strolling up towards your village with every intent, by the looks of it, to just head on inside.
As she gets within, conversation range, I'll ask doesn't look like you've been traveling long. Where'd you come from?
Oh, I'd say about 7 weeks, 8 weeks. It's not all that far, but far enough. And who might you be, Green One?
I am I'm the chief of this village.
Bullshit!
I was about to say, Cleef's bullshit detector goes off, and he's on the other side of the village.
You're not
You hear it ringing from all the way over there.
What the fuck was that? A lie's just been said.
Ding 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 ding.
She looks at you. Make a deception check for me.
I think Razgor believes he's the chief of this village.
Okay. She looks at you. She's like, "Oh, really? Well then."
That's
That's,
24, whether it's deception or persuasion.
Okay. She's like, "Okay. Well then, that's a little bit strange considering these humans tend not to put up with monster folk like yourself. But yeah, get out of my way, please. I'm looking for a place to purchase and set up my shop." And she just kind of like ignores you and like carries on walking past.
I hold my hand out to stop her. Go, what's your business?
She takes her hand and holds up just her index finger, like she's pointing at something. And then she gently taps you on the arm that you're holding out to stop her. Make a fort save for me.
Oh, this will not end well. A con save?
Con save, yeah. Sorry.
21.
You fail. You feel yourself go rigid, like you're just locked in place like a statue, and then she gently like tips you with a hand and you fall over and you just lie there like completely locked in place and she walks past you.
I'm assuming she's now walking into town.
Yeah, she just walks into town. Is anybody else in the area there? Or is it just Razgor up on the...
So walking.
I'd be inside
sort of in the
this.
center here somewhere. So obviously, I've just seen all this, and I like. Aside from the fact that this was quite amusing to watch Razgor keel over like that, I am curious, and I walk up there. "Excuse me, milady, can I help you, perhaps?"
Well, she would also
Yeah,
have 15 crossbows trained on her now.
There's like
As
most of
I'm
the men
just-
are just kind of like gobsmacked at the fact that, as far as they can tell, they just like gently tapped you on the arm. She looked over to you, Bree, and she's like, "Yes, I'd like to inquire about purchasing some land to set up a shop in this hovel."
Oh no, competition.
What manner of business is it you wish to open in Homiel, ma'am? If you don't mind my asking.
Potions, tinctures, and salves, and such.
Well, I could take you to see the Burgermeister, but at the moment,
Will he be able to sell me the
Um,
land? And she like snaps her fingers like, "Hurry up."
sell it to you? Perhaps not. At this point in time, most people are simply setting up where land is available.
Fantastic. She turns around, she walks away.
Okay.
You guys here like walk out, look around, looks around some more, sees your little shack, Wilfred.
I'll have you know that the shack, it looks pretty damn sweet.
It's a sweet shack. She walks over to you, scuffs the dirt a little bit with one foot, and then you see her flick a tiny house down next to your shack. Make a hooking gesture with her foot, and then you see the expand. And moments later, there's a stone shop built, nestled up right next to yours. Beautiful stained glass windows, and a sign out front that just says Chosie's.
Well, that'll certainly bring the property prices up in the area.
I'm sort of going to Razgor and like I need to check him out. I cast detect magic. Is this some kind of magical effect that's affected him?
Oh yes, this is an enchantment.
Okay, hang on.
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
You see her like step inside,
Hey, I can
reach inside her dress, reach into the dress pocket by the breast, like pull out a few like small pockets, like cloth patches that have been folded. Open them up, scatter some dust around, and then you guys see various things start animating inside the house, and you see like a broom comes out and starts like sweeping the front step and like clearing out the gravel and the trees and stuff from the front, and a rake, and like there's just like a whole bunch of animated objects going about their business, rakes and brooms and dusters and everything.
I turn to one of my henchmen. I'm like, okay, the forge is going to go on that side of the building.
She gives you a smile that's just teeth.
I smile back. It's also just teeth.
It's predatory. And she goes inside and softly closes the door behind her, and you guys see the door flip to a open sign. And Razgor, you are once more capable of moving.
I come out of my shop like, I'm gonna go get some wood.
Confused or enraged.
Hey Raz, what you doing all around there?
It was uncommon for orcs to have white skin like Razgor. It's now red.
Oh, he's embarrassed.
No, not that one.
Well, Cleef's
You
interested
having in dirt now?
Cleef's interested in buying some potions.
Wait. Why is there a building there now?
Well, the lady came in. I saw her talking to Razgor. I saw him hold out his arm. I saw her touch him. And then he basically went ramrod straight and fell over. I asked her what she was doing here. She said she was looking for land to set up shop.
Well, why would she want to set up shop here?
That's what I think might be a good idea to find out.
Oh, well, I'm gonna get some wood. I need to make paper.
I need to make paper. Okay, so shouldn't you're off to collect some paper to make wood?
Some wood to make paper, yes.
Brain bad. Sorry, many things open. Okay, so it's pretty easy. I mean, everybody knows you at this point. You could just grab like random villagers and be like, "Hey, carry this," and
Yeah, pretty much.
in short order, you've got a gigantic stack of wood set up inside of your workshop. Got your printing press constructed, and what is your plan of action?
Oh, I'm gonna first kind of grind the wood down using whatever I have.
I tell you
Then
what,
I am going to. It's
Tell
a
you what.
process. Well,
make an intelligence check for me.
yes.
With advantage, and then once you've finished rolling it, we'll see how much you rolled, and then you can at length describe the process you're going through, what Shrimp is doing. What is Shrimp doing?
With advantage. So just
Yeah,
a
you
straight intel.
Yeah, just straight intelligence, and then D20, add your intelligence modifier.
Bo.
Yes.
I've posted 2 pictures on Discord. Can you make me a token for each of those, please?
Yes. I was
Don't
gonna
get
say that.
23.
Cleave's World of Flips. plus vapes? Okay. Fantastic. So how much do you roll?
23.
23. Okay, yeah. So this is no problem for you. You don't know where this information comes from. You don't know how you attained it, but you know how to do this. So yes,
From
you
the
start
east,
processing
obviously.
making paper. In the east, obviously, yes.
Always in the east.
You start making your papers. So
Yes, it's long manual process.
okay, so you do that. Is there anything else that Shrimp is doing today other than making paper?
I'm gonna use my daily level 4 slots to use Fabricate to continue constructing the gate.
Okay, so you're gonna assist with the construction. Fantastic. Cleve, is there anything you're doing today? Well, this.
Yeah, Cleve wants to go have a look in the shop.
Okay, so you make your way down to Wilfred's and Chosie's shop, and yeah, you arrive. You step inside. Hear a soft ding-ling-ling. The interior is cool. The light inside is all the shades of the rainbow as the light enters through these stained glass windows in the exterior of this building. And inside are shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves and shelves full of potions, beakers, glasses, jars, any kind of container that you can imagine, full of various colored liquids. You don't see a counter, but you do see a door in the far wall as you enter. And nobody inside of the shop, just you. What would you like to
I'd start reading labels and stuff.
do? Can Cleve read Draconic?
Yes.
All of the labels are in Draconic. And you see a whole bunch there that you don't really know much about. Like, you're not an apothecary. But you see a huge amount of labels there. You see things like Refugia, Drosera, Abris, Dranculus, Aconitum, Nerium. Like, there's so many different labels. Like, you don't know what any of this means. But...
Every now and then, Cleve's gonna pick one up and just like nod his head, read out the name, and go, yes, like he knows what it is.
Yeah, you go through them, and it's like, okay, there's Hydrangea, Clematis, Caleptris, Oleander, Azalea, Daffodils, and then you're like, what? And then there's like Foxglove, and you're like going through them, and eventually, after you've been standing there probably for like a good 5 minutes looking through these, you hear a voice behind you just go, is there anything I can help you with, or are you going to stand there reading the labels all day?
I'm just browsing.
You're
Alright, thanks.
You turn around, but there's nobody there.
Well, that's not disconcerting.
And then you hear from behind you, like now, with again, what isn't?
That's the voice projection stuff.
Oh, I'm busy. If you need anything, let me know.
Okay.
Okay, so Cleve is browsing. What's the rest of you lot doing? Brienne, Razgor, what are you guys up to?
I'm about to kick in the door to the shop.
Sure. Okay, so Brienne, are you
I'm sort of like, I'll go with him, but just like, just try and. It didn't work last time. Let's just try and be civil.
I can see a foot going through a magically constructed door going fairly badly for one of the two things.
Yeah, that's kind of my point.
If I see one of them, one of the peoples go past, I'm just gonna like pass the window. I'm just gonna ask, "Hey, by the way, you know what that new person's selling? Not the bugbear. Like, what are they actually doing?"
They got a really nice shop. It has colored things you can see through. It's the prettiest thing I've ever seen.
Okay, that's not really useful. Brienne or somebody going around?
Yeah, Brienne is trying to stop Razgor from kicking the door in.
Yeah, I don't want to stop him. I don't want to think you can. Anyway, what do they sell?
Be seeing the
Potions and tinctures, she
Oh,
said.
potions. Yeah, let me go see what's up.
Well,
I think I know.
Can I
be
just
seeing
say,
the amount of traffic that's caused out here. I've already set up a table and chairs, and I'm selling beer because it's going to be a show when Razgor tries to go into this building.
sorry, somebody else is trying to sell beer in Cleefville without
Yes.
a license.
I sort of like quickly go run to Mr. Wolford. It's like, okay, you want to help the town? I need 2. If you've got the biggest tankards you've got, let me just grab one and get it to Rascals. Yeah, just drink this. Just take a second.
How good is the
Drink
beer?
the beer.
How good is the beer that you can make, Wilfred?
It is just beer. It's not bad beer. It's not great. It's just beer.
Should have put it.
Hi, I'm
Okay.
Fripp.
So, pay the man. How much for the beer?
No, I thought if you want to help the town, this is going to help the town.
Fine, this beer is on the house. But next time you pay.
You'd better check with Cleef with sales of alcohol. He's very funny about
Well,
it.
I can sell
but-
wine instead. It's fine. You don't need a beer license for wine.
I'll have to check
Technical
the.
loophole
I'll have to
and
check the
valid,
books.
I suppose.
Check the
Okay,
bylaws.
so Razgor, Brienne comes running up to you carrying an
Yeah, like
enormous tank
just
of
drink
beer.
this. Just take a sip.
Mhm.
It
As-
might not be what you're used to, but
You hand me the
just
cup,
take
I
a
s-
step back, have something to drink, and just to collect your thoughts. We don't need to pick a fight that we don't have to.
I-
Anybody who could drop you like that with one magical maneuver is not somebody we want to fuck with.
I think
Think about
you
this.
hand me the cup, and I just crush it in my hand and keep pace towards the door.
Oh god.
You're watching Brienne's attempts at peace get rejected, and you see your orcish companion going down, and there's actually like a nice little flow of traffic coming out now.
I'm face palming and I'm like, there's no way this is going
Right,
to end
right.
well.
Wilfred, you're doing
Reviews.
some. Hold on, Wilfred, you're doing
Raspberry.
some pretty brisk trade at the moment, as there's a crowd gathering now to watch the boss.
Yeah, because I know this town is poor. I've got a piece of a chalkboard out, and I'm asking for like 20 minutes of labor, of medium manual labor for a tankard, a full tankard of beer.
Nice.
Is he already selling like commemorative, like fight T-shirts and stuff?
Pretty much, yeah. One of my guys is already printing shirts on a little cheap ass silkscreen
I was
press.
trying to think of an alliteration I could use, and the only one I could come up with
I've
was
got
the
the-
Holocaust in Homeal, and that doesn't work very well.
Okay, Razgor, so yes.
Homeal, Hell in a Cell.
Oh god.
Hell in
So
a Cell
Razgor.
in Homeal. Okay, I'm
You-
stepping back with the other tankard and I knock it back and I'm just like, okay,
This is happening.
what's gonna happen's gonna happen. I step back.
Okay, Razgor, so it's all you now, buddy.
As I get to the door and see all the villagers gathering around, I spin around on my heel as I get back to work. And I'm going to roll it intimidation to disperse the crowd.
Okay.
That's God, I hate math. 23.
It's very effective. Like, you see, like, 3 or 4 of them scurry over, quickly sign the chalkboard and grab their beer, and then everybody, like, run away and, like, start scampering off to go and get back to work again. Leaving Wilfred, Cleef in the interior, Razgor and Brienne, and Shrimp. Just the 5 of you.
Oh, God.
I sling the door open and go, witch!
I thought you were going to kick it in.
Oh.
So-
Either way, the door comes flying open. Push or kick is about the same amount of force.
Despite your greatest efforts, the door opens with a ting-ling-ling.
Oh, hi, Rascal.
Like, okay, I am going to so regret
The
this.
interior is just
I sort of
beakers, jugs, glasses, tube, any container that you can imagine, all filled with various.
You notice a stuffed orc in the corner.
In the far left-hand corner of the room is a door that is very strange because, as far as you can tell, that's as big as the structure is. There shouldn't be another room behind there. And yeah, the interior is just nice, multicolored light as the sun comes in through the stained glass windows, spelling out the name Charcy's on the front. And there's nobody inside except for Cleef.
Hi.
Is there any response when I screamed witch?
No.
Cleve just... She's busy.
I go to the other door you mentioned and fling that open.
Sure. Make a... Oh, never mind. It doesn't move.
What's
I just wanted to check if Arcane Lock is a DC to break it. It's just like, no.
what's the sword think about this?
Oh, well,
know.
I don't know what Rasgo's up to. Hey, Cleef, what's up?
Oh, hey, Shrimp.
You guys are
So,
just watching Razgor stand in front of the
Yeah,
door, the
very
corner of the shop
cautiously coming in.
vibrating with rage.
So, what kind of posters does I sell here? Well, I was actually had something in mind, but I'm always up for browsing.
Well,
Can you read Draconic?
I cannot.
Chimp. Yeah, they're
I cannot.
labeled. They're all neatly labeled.
What are you looking for? I'll see if I can find it.
Oh, I'm looking for something very specific. It's something I found once and was really cool, like maximize spell potion or something like that.
Oh, that sounds... I'll have a look. I'll start looking for a maximize spell label.
Sure, make a perception check for me to try and spot it. Asgore, what are you doing now that the door has impeded you?
14.
I just start a rhythmic knock, like every 2/3 of a second. I'm like boom, 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 boom. Like, I might not be able to force the door open, but I can
Irritate
break
the
her
fuck out of
last
whatever's on the other side.
Cleve, you find the maximized potion there.
There's one up here.
Oh, does it have a price, or is it like ask first?
Does it have a price?
What are you saying out loud, or are you just checking the label kind of thing?
Well, does it have a handy shelf label?
No, it doesn't have a shelf.
Yeah, I think you're gonna have to ask.
Okay,
Your voice
Pretty sure she can hear you.
Oh, okay.
That would be correct.
Oh, hello, that's neat. How much?
3 gold.
Okay, that's neat. I'll take it. Where do I leave the money? Do I just, like, throw it in the air or something?
It's already gone.
Oh,
You look inside your money pouch, and there is indeed 3 gold missing.
Efficient.
Yeah, efficient.
And you also have a little brown paper baggie now, neatly rolled up with the potion inside it.
Oh, that was efficient. Bye, thanks. And I leave.
Bye, Shrimp.
And Cleve, yeah, you actually still got the potion you were looking at, so it must be a different one that, what's his name has now.
Oh,
Look.
I get it. This is just like a showroom, and then the rest of the stock's out back. Metaphorically speaking.
Given the disembodied voice worked for Keith, I'm sort of going, you wouldn't by any chance sell potions to aid in healing, would you?
Which kind are you looking for?
Would you be able to tell me what you all have available? This is the first time I've ever been in a shop like this. Unfortunately, I cannot read. The language you use for your labels is not something I can read.
Healing, greater healing, superior healing, or supreme healing?
Greater, if possible.
Indeed.
What would they cost?
5 gold apiece.
I'll take 2.
I'll take 2 if that would be acceptable.
Poof, poof. 10 gold gone. Both of you baggies with your potions inside it. Razgor, eventually, you guys, like, during this whole thing, you still hear the steady... just from the corner from Razgor, just... like a metronome, just knocking on the door over and over and over and over and over and over again. And eventually, Razgor, the door opens.
I look down at her and say, "Who are you, witch?"
You look outside to the rest of Homiel. The trees.
Oh, I thought she opened the door.
No, the door you're knocking on is opened, and it appears to have opened to the exterior of Homiel, as far as you can tell.
I will burn the place to the ground.
Oh,
Hear a whisper in your
God.
ear. I would highly recommend against that. For your own health, you understand. Smoke inhalation does terrible things.
Go. This is it like a external voice, or is it in my head?
Oh, it's just like external. It's like right next to your ear, like whispering into it.
You go, who are you? No.
Names on the front window, dear. Chaucy.
You go. No mere human. Drop me like that. Who are
That-
you? What do you want with this town?
Merely to make a profit.
Can I still hear this?
Oh, yes.
This town is friendly for business, isn't it? You see me like leaning over my bar, shouting.
This well, now just looking through the open back
Eh.
door.
That's a 9 insight.
This town's pretty poor, and your potions are, well, the ones we brought are quite pricey.
I didn't come to sell potions to the peasant.
Ah.
Of course, there's always roots, powders, less expensive things to sell to those that need to deal with life's little complications. But no, I'm here to take your money. At a equitable exchange of.
Well, at least you're upfront about it.
You just hear a smug silence.
I can sense the smugness. Alright, well, Cleef's got places to be. He's back off to Cleef's world of flips and vapes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah,
Razor,
I'm gonna start working on getting the actual
everything assembled.
place working.
Good stuff. Razgor, is there anything you'd like to do?
Well, since she won't show her face, there's not much Raskor can do.
And somehow that's the one thing she do would annoy him the most.
He
Let's just say she's dealt with your type before.
said, I'll be keeping an eye on you.
You're a snigger.
And I'll walk out.
Quick question: does Razgor speak Draconic?
No, common, giant, and orc.
Who all speaks Draconic other than Cleve?
Nope, I speak Goblin and I
Razgor,
speak business.
Razgor, as you step out of the.
Well, actually, fuck, I keep forgetting. I can read Draconic, but I can't speak it.
Okay. Okay, Razgor, as you step out, you hear her say something to you in just a short sentence in a language that's not common, and it is loaded with venom.
I'll take that as an apology. Walk out.
Okay, so the rest of
Did
you guys.
Cleve hear what she said?
I think
It
we
depends how supernatural my hearing is, I guess.
That's the
Seeing
thing.
as I've left.
Let's say that as you leave, you and Razgor and everybody like pile out the door. Cleve's already outside when this is said. So let's see. Roll perception check, Cleve. Let's see if you hear this. Obviously, it's going to be a difficult one since you're already outside.
14.
No. Don't hear this.
Do I catch any words?
You do catch a kind of like the last word the only word that you can make out, as Razgor says, I'll take that as an apology, is offspring.
Okay.
By the way, what is that potions that I bought name on D&D Beyond, or is it even on D&D Beyond?
It should be. It is a.
Just put maximum and it'll show up. It's potion of maximum power.
Yeah, it's that if I recall correctly. Potion of maximum power, yes. That is correct. So, Wilfred, you had a brisk little trade this morning selling shirts and beer. Now you're busy with the assembly of the rest of you. We'll just mark it down. I mean, we know what it does. It's not
I,
like
I
it's
just searched for Maxi, and it came up.
Yes.
No results found.
Okay, so what are the rest of you guys doing for the rest of the day? Cleve is, Shrimp is busy building machinery and printing books and all that kind of good stuff. Razgor, what are you going to be up to?
One thing I want to find the doors that came with us to deliver the ale before they leave,
Yeah, they're still hanging around here. They haven't left yet.
and tell them when they get back, make sure that the trade sends. We would like 20 shields and 20 battle axes are one-handed, aren't they?
Yes. They're
I'm
versatile.
hurt. I'm hurt that you don't want to support local businessmen with the production of weaponry.
20 shields and 20 battle axes. No,
Dwarf
I
and
thought
stuff
you
would
said
be
you didn't
fine.
make our weapons.
Okay. They note it down, and they promise that they will definitely look at that when they go back to the capital.
Can Cleve start like planning out an itinerary for our upcoming long travel across the whole country?
Sure.
You know, just getting a wagon ready or something. Looking up
Are you guys going to take a wagon
maps.
with you?
Probably. We are going to be gone for quite a while.
Are you going to make Razgor pull it?
Probably.
Okay. So, discuss amongst each other. Itinerary, while I look at Lady's character.
Yeah, I don't know why I can't see it.
Fine, I'll have a look.
So yeah, we let me redraw the route on the mappy. So we were gonna go from Homeal down there, and then across to like here, there,
Why are we doing this long long trip again?
because there are stones out there.
Then up to, I
Up
think it was
there,
Pastavi.
Up there, up to a random spot up there.
Yeah.
Down
And then it was down all the way to
Orsha.
Creature.
No, down to there.
Yeah.
Then that's the last spot on the map. I'll just put a cross at every marked point. So yeah, that was the original travel plan. And then
We've already got the one from Mala, whatever, don't we?
possibly a little stop off in Minsk as well. We've got the place from where? The one from where?
We already, isn't this the dwarf?
Is that the dwarf place, Griff?
Which one? Sorry, I was busy on
No,
TV.
the dwarf place is just outside Minsk.
Yeah, I
The
think we've
dwarf
got
Yeah,
place
it's
is
outside.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah, Minsk is the capital of Belarus, but yes, the dwarf city of Karambor is like near Minsk.
Yeah, this is a separate one.
Are you guys going on an adventure?
Yeah, we might be.
Oh, that smells like profit.
I mean, it's not really a money adventure, it's kind of a stop impending doom adventure.
Do you mind if I tag along?
Do you mind the high chance of being murdered until you are dead?
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Guys, what do you think? You don't know this guy. He's got a very ill-fitting hat and looks kind of shifty. But he's got
Yeah,
cool
but do you
shit,
see
so
this-
if he dies, we can have
yeah,
it.
and do you see how? Yeah, he's not exactly small, is he?
Well, you're saying we
Meat
can use
shield.
him as... Okay, yeah, just throw him in front of us.
I don't know how much use a merchant would be on an adventure.
Well, he doesn't have to
warpath.
be much use with those mechanical contraptions of
It
his.
all depends on
All
how
we have to do
fast
is
he
send
runs.
him-
Oh,
All we have
no,
to do is send him in first, and then voila, meat shield.
It's weird. I don't
I
see it
was-
in your sheet, Lady. Just make
Privy?
a note now. Yeah.
Can I disappear into my shed and start banging things?
Yes, he may bang things.
He seems to have
Great.
a short
if they
attention span.
consent.
I want to create something.
Okay. Create something.
You should let him along, I guess, on a probationary period.
probationary. Okay. He
And
can
if he
pro-
does anything wrong, we can push him in a
No,
river.
we
or
just
mean,
something.
I
we
just
sign him
asked
up
him
on
a
a probationary
question.
period until he dies.
He ran away from me asking him a question. He's not gonna fight in a battle. He's a coward.
Yeah, but you
He
run
does-
away from questions, Razgor. You're not exactly the talkative type.
And besides,
Yeah, I'm
Raz, even you have to admit, after what happened with those dinosaurs the other day, having an extra set of meat shields, something that could be hitting something that's not us, would be handy.
Raz, we all
And
know that
besides,
you're
even
going
if he
for a
runs
sleep.
away, they're going to be whatever's attacking us will chase him, and not us, which will allow us to carry on with whatever our objective is.
You gotta. Yeah, we need to go easy on Raz. He's feeling a bit emasculated.
You just hear me shouting for my little homunculi to go and fetch me old pots and pans. So he's gonna start scurrying into the village.
You're lucky.
Oh shit! Cleve backflips out of the way.
Furious backflipping engaged. All right, so what are you building, Mr. Wilfred?
I'm going to take my my magical jar that can make fresh water every day, and incorporate it into a steam powered shop cart.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to
Okay.
build a cart that's steam powered so that me and my 3 guys can ride and tag along with these scrubs.
That is fantastic. So, out of you all, pretty much only Shrimp really would have the know-how to have any idea of what's going on. Shrimp, you see this self-powered cart slowly take form in front of your eyes.
Ah, pretty ingenious there. You're using that thingamabob to make you have continuous source of water for your steam powered.
Ah, you're a man of science, I see. Yes,
Yes, of course.
I figured out how to make one of these things while stuck in the mountains. I don't quite know exactly how it works, but it seems to function.
Raspberry.
I can
kind of-
explain it later. But what are you going to be using as fuel? Or just wood?
Oh no, yeah, we'll just chop wood every day. Should be fine, I think.
You see, but coal would be much more energy dense.
It would, but finding coal is difficult around here. These pots.
True. You could always make some charcoal. It's not as good, but it'll work. Not better than
That's a great idea. I suddenly clap, and that's when this guy starts trundling into the forest to collect wood.
Okay, so you're basically building yourself a big old charcoal pile and himself steam-powered cart. Razgor, you see a lot of heresy going on right now.
I'm lifting up flaps and buckets and pans, like looking for a blade or a hammer. Like this does nothing.
Cleve is. I need to see what profession Cleve has today. See if he can help.
So,
No.
no. This goes on for a while, right? While the
Acrobat.
construction of this device is underway and you guys are discussing your trip. You guys receive the 3rd visitor for the day. My goodness, this page is busy today.
I'm just gonna kill him.
I hope he does, since you know him. Razgor, Mr. On Watch, Mr. Pretty annoyed with people rocking up at your village today, being a pain in the ass,
Quote unquote, your village.
quote unquote. You see a figure come walking up, stooped over, weary, in clothing that is tattered, torn, and in places you can see splatters of what can only be dried blood covering them. A human, a young man, that walks with an odd gait. He walks like somebody who, up until recently, didn't do much walking and is still kind of getting used to the idea of putting one foot in front of the other. Dark hair, very disheveled, looks like it's never had a comb run through it, kind of long down to his shoulders. Sun-browned, fairly muscular, but not in a in a fighter kind of way, more of like a whipcord, lean.
In a kind of
Aspect of it.
rangery way.
In a rangery way. And he kind of like staggers up, and you see he's got in one hand, he's like clutching a pouch well, remnants of a bag. It looks like he's kind of taken everything that's all the holes in it and just kind of closed it up as best he can to make a pouch. And he comes stumbling up towards the village, and you recognize him. It's the young man that you originally cured of his paralysis, the paraplegic that you used restoration on the very first time you discovered your ability as a paladin. The one you picked up and screamed at to get it to walk. And he walks up to the gate, and as he gets to the gate, he looks at you and says, "Hi, boss," and then just collapses face first to the dirt.
I pick him up. I go, "Is that your blood?" I kind of shake him to see if he'll answer.
He looks out cold, and you see, as you pick him up, under his shirt, it's just ribs. He is very, very much malnourished. And what you took to be this whipcord muscle is actually just his body basically eating itself for sustenance at this point. And he is not in a good way. And a lot of that blood is his, by the looks of it. You can see long gashes now that you've up close to him, up under his stomach, and something that looks like a claw that raked down from the back of his neck down his back, leaving 3 long gashes that look badly infected.
I'm gonna pump 5 points of lay on hands to cure disease or neutralize poison for the infection, and then just a hit point of regular healing to close up his wounds and stop the bleeding.
And he's gonna go, and wakes up again.
What happened to you, boy? Where you been?
Came to find you, boss. Mugbreaker's gone crazy.
You know Mugbreaker.
Left him behind.
Who's Mudbreaker?
Mugbreaker.
Asking Razgor.
I'm
Mugbreaker,
having
Mudbreaker, whatever the guy's name is.
I'm having a human brain fart. Did I send him to go find the orcs or something?
No. It would be more accurate to say the orcs found him.
I go, Mugbreaker should be on the other side of the province. Where have you been?
He's still there for now. Started attacking the other tribes, eating them, killing the slaves, drinking our blood.
When did you leave the village?
He goes, what day is it?
I don't know.
It's I don't know either. Months? Been on the road a long time. Trying to find you. You need to come back.
As we're putting two together about the tribe that attacked us when I was in command. Well, that's not good.
Graz, what's happening? Who is this young man?
When we first arrived here, I cured him, gave him his legs back. It seems like for some reason he went across the damn world and somehow found my old cavalry commander that I left in charge of the White Stars while I came here. Apparently he needs to be shown who's in charge again.
Would I be correct in guessing that this former commander is also of Orcish descent?
Yeah. He
I'm going to guess that of the two of you, you happen to be the one with a little bit more restraint.
well, it wasn't always so. When I left, he wasn't eating people.
How long ago did you leave?
Few weeks before I got here.
Well, I'm going to guess then that not showing him who's in charge is not going to go well for, well, everyone in the area and possibly the areas next to those areas.
Yeah, if he's strong enough to be attacking the other orc tribes, they'll start following him, and the army will grow. And once the orc tribe starts growing like that, it's over for y'all. Which is not a bad thing, but I don't like him doing it instead of me.
And
All
here I
tribes are
thought
bad
I-
to business.
And here I thought we were friends. So I'm going to guess that we are going to need to, well, we're going to have to go and stop this, aren't we?
I am, at least. If y'all come, you'll
Well,
welcome.
we've gone this far together, so Cleve, Shrimp.
I think we're
Better
heading that
get-
way anyway.
Sorry, I was just so fascinated by this steam engine.
Steam engine
Well.
go puff.
Ras, we've done everything else together so far. Might as well see it through.
Before I left, our tribe was attacked by a smaller tribe of feral orcs. I believe they were tainted like the dwarves were.
Tainted.
It's them goddamn rocks again.
Everybody's on bath salts.
Okay.
That's right.
Why do you say they were tainted?
Going crazy.
Let me
They-
guess. Different skin color.
Just frenzied. They're
Ah,
like wounded animals. They never stood a chance against me. And they were slaughtered, but they had attacked without any sense.
like they'd lost their minds.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, then we'd better make ready to go, I imagine. It'll take us a day or two to get everything ready. In
That's
that time,
fine.
we can allow we can get your companion to heal up, and he can perhaps guide us back if he remembers the way.
Well, I mean, it's Razgor's home. You guys need a
Yeah.
Yeah.
guide.
But remember, if this guy was captured by Mudbreaker, whatever the guy's name is, he would remember the way there because we don't know if this guy's staying where Razgor left him.
The time it took Boyd to get here, he would have moved by now. We're a nomadic tribe.
Hopefully, in sort of similar patterns,
We'll
sticking to the same areas for the same seasons, moving back and forth.
it'll be easy. We'll just follow the carnage.
Fair enough.
Say, boy, you head to I point to the new barracks. Head there, get some rest. There's plenty of meat. Get your strength up.
He like
And-
stumbles up.
And show them Daves how to lift that hammer. Assuming that boy, as it were, probably has more experience with Rascal than the Daves do.
Oh yeah, significantly more experience. Okay, so
So-
Carl like gets up and like staggers into the barracks and appears out of sight and flops down to try and grab some sleep and some water and some food and to just not be almost eaten. So, as for the planning session, what are you finding the intelligence planning? Tell your DM what is your plan of action, your schedule.
So if we moved our attention over to the map here,
Yes.
we're currently here. We need to follow this path and stop off all the crosses. Also, there's a lake or something over there that Brienne wanted to go to. That's kind of in that direction
That's
as well.
one of the places we've got to go to, but between
Lake Narek.
Yeah.
And that's top.
Ah.
South, north,
Well, Mug,
north, south.
it's
North,
a little bit
south.
south. That cross south of Villiers.
Northwest is where it is. Yeah. So,
Mugbreaker could be anywhere like west of this line.
Well,
Is where we used to. That this was all our territory.
in their mind.
Yeah, but Cleve doesn't remember any orc raids on Baranovici.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, like
That's in their
Roughly.
minds. Like that's what the orcs think. It's just not. They say orc cartography is not the most accurate in the world.
They actually live here.
It's a comrade orc. Okay, so what are you guys doing? Tell Uncle Griffey what's the plan of action.
So I think we're like, homeo business is pretty much done. Everyone should go visit the potion shop. Go visit. I was gonna call him Mr. Wiggler, but that's not his name. Mr. Wilfred's shop. Buy whatever they need for journey, and then we head out.
Yeah.
And go to Mazir.
the night before we leave, I'm going to have a little ceremony for the Daves. Kind of.
Are you guys leaving in the morning, or what's your plan of action?
Well, it's going to take us a day or two to get everything together that we need. So I'd say we start making preparations the remainder of today and tomorrow, preparing, and then we leave at dawn the day after tomorrow.
So fine with
That
me.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Gives us time to prepare, get everything we need, gather supplies. I've got we've got a wagon that we can use to carry. We'll need tents and so on.
Is the steam-powered wagon strong enough to pull another wagon, Wilfred?
No, it's literally it's carrying my shop and an anvil, so it's pretty much done.
Okay.
Razgor will have to pull his wagon himself.
But can you teach me how to do it? How it functions? Good enough that I could do it in a day or two. So I can use fabricating a bunch of metal to make more.
I mean, you
Right.
could, but I don't have enough water for both of us.
Always,
You're not using Douglas.
no, I wasn't gonna say that. No, I was gonna say we could top up on rivers and stuff.
I suppose I could show you my secrets
The secrets.
For a
For a
price.
brass.
for a price, yes. But I'll take the price in favors. It's fine.
Okay.
Indentured servitude.
Okay, so next
Okay.
couple of days are spent with the two of you sciencing together with the principles of steam. And you're both pretty smart boys. It doesn't take long for Mr. Wilfred to teach you the basics. He goes about it in a little bit of an unconventional way, but you can't really find fault with it. Like, you try and apply what you know about science to it, and every time the math just works. Like, it shouldn't, but it does. You don't understand why or how, but it works. And yeah, you can fabricate a similar steam-powered
Amazing.
wagon.
Now we just need.
It's not going to be quite as elegant because you don't have a perpetual water source like he does currently.
Oh, sure. I just need to hook up some extra water tanks to it and stuff, but it should be a functional one.
It will be functional. Oh
Well,
god, you
it
guys are
won't
going to
be
make
as efficient at carrying because it needs to carry more water.
Cleve, is there anything you're going to be doing while they're doing that?
We're going to be gone for like many months. So
Yes.
I'm going to have a big old meeting with the All Stars and have them vote democratically on who should be the leader of the All Stars whilst I'm away, and also send off an order for more speed suits.
Speed suits. Okay. Where's my list of everybody at the table, roll a D100, please. We're going to democratically vote I'm gonna pick a number, and you guys are gonna roll, and whoever rolls closest to that number is gonna be the person who has picked.
Can someone give me a proper 10 D100?
Sure, let me pull
There
one
you
out
go.
of the pouch here for you.
Thank you.
I rolled 4.
I
49.
rolled 17.
21.
99.
You got the closest to what I was thinking of.
Were you
Okay.
thinking of 100?
Yes. Hey, keep it simple. Okay. The old lady that earlier that day had offered to allow Wilfred to move into her non-existent barn is one of the largest proponents of Cleef's new lifestyle. She is deep into her 80s, on the wrong side of 80, so to speak. Used to walk with the aid of a cane, had joints that are nobbled like cans of tuna because they were just so swollen with arthritis. And nobody thought that she would ever be good for anything again, but she has successfully managed 2 backflips since Cleef's arrival, using the teachings that he has imparted to the townsmember, and she has unanimously been voted to be the new leader of Cleef's All-Stars. She has been here so long that she has outlived most of her descendants, and everybody simply just knows her as Graham.
Amazing.
So, Cleef, what do you leave for Graham? Your authority? A symbol of your authority?
Yeah, this is going to be incredibly stupid. Douglas.
Oh, wow.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
You know, to help with the water therapy.
You're leaving Douglas behind.
Yes.
Cleve, you do realize that Douglas has
Okay.
proven to be a very integral part of our team.
Yes.
And
You did hear him
don't-
say this wasn't going to be a smart move. He's well aware of what he's doing. He just wants to do it.
I
Okay.
place as much trust as I place in me, carrying Douglas, in Graham and the All-Stars to also look after Douglas.
It is a
Plus-
solemn ceremony.
Plus, you know, I don't really feel safe leaving the place in the hands of the Daves.
I mean, look who trained them. I don't blame you.
The chances of an armed coup are too high.
It's very true.
Douglas's
think-
insurance.
Fair enough.
You say chance like it's not already in motion.
It is a solemn. It's a solemn ceremony, filled with many a sad backflip, as the transition of power is passed down
Does
from Cleef.
Douglas look happy
Graham.
to be moving in with Graham?
He looks very watery. It's
Does he
hard
at
to
least
tell.
have
With
a-
the water
does he have a
elementals.
watery smile on his watery face?
Douglas is his slave name, so I don't think Douglas really cares. He being a water elemental.
You wouldn't be able to pronounce his real name.
Exactly.
What even would his real name be in?
It wouldn't primordial. is what it
Oh,
would
then
be.
I know it. Then I can talk. I can speak to him. Cleve can speak primordial.
Nice.
Primordial buddies.
Primordial buddies. Okay, so Douglas is passed down, the torch, or bowl in this case, getting passed down from Cleef to Graham. Authority invested in her. As is tradition for Cleef's All-Stars, they hit the bar.
Of course.
Because that is one of the teachings that has been imparted. Enjoy life to the utmost.
There is a grand pie the day before we leave.
Yeah, it's. Let's just say there's a fair amount of property damage. Most of it not malicious, just people being overexcited as people prep for your leaving the town. Other than that, what was I going to say? Completely lost my train of thought now.
While it's derailed, I'm going to set my slate up and just ask people to clear out a bunch of land for me outside the place around my shed, and
Okay.
just pack all the lumber that they've cut in the shed, and then they can take their name off of my beer list once they've done 20 minutes.
Okay. So
That's
you
a cheap
basically
beer.
It is a
That's,
cheap beer.
I mean, it was free to manufacture, so it's
Exactly.
free.
The returns are still 100%.
Exactly. Okay, yeah, no, that is no problem at all. Other than that, yeah, you guys spend your time getting ready, planning. The first city you're going to is Mazir, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeez.
That you guys want to go to. Okay. No problem. You're okay with this, Razgor? You're gonna go on the lengthy journey towards your territory?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
well,
'Cause-
we're heading that way eventually, and we might as well kill two birds with one stone.
Yeah, it'd be faster to travel through on the road that we have than try to fight through the wilderness. So it really is the fastest route to start looking for Mugbreaker.
Okay. No problem.
But before
So-
we go, I need to
Do
have
the
a-
Dave ceremony. That's
Yeah.
what I want me to do. That's what must slip my mind. Okay, so evening comes, and it is a lovely, starry, wonderful evening outside. What have you got in mind for the day? Bearing in mind that the Daves are pretty broke back at this moment after trying to pick up the damn stone and hammer all day every day.
I have a little congregation of the guards in front of the stone hammer, and I walk up and one hand pick it up, kind of flip it and catch it,
Showing off.
and I have the two Daves kneel down and say, "I have given y'all both the title of Dave. What was your name before this?"
Christ, hold on. I have to scroll to actually get their name.
Was it-
I
you
don't
didn't-
know
And
anymore.
Liam's like, well, shit, I wasn't expecting that.
More like it's been so long, I don't remember anymore.
I thought they were going to
forgotten.
revolve from Dave's into David.
Hold on to the people section. Wilhelm the check.
They will indeed evolve into Pika and Chew.
Don't you dare.
Kara and Zard.
I'd love if one is actually just called Dave.
Like, that's actually both their names. They're twins. You thought you were belittling them, but actually they were just like, oh, he knows our names already. He's
It's
the
the
best
only
boss.
reason they listen to you.
Adric and Alec.
Adric.
I scrolled past their name so many times now.
Adric and
Because
Alex.
Alec, Alek. I scrolled past their name so many times because their line literally just says "need to earn names." Like that's the only like the others all have like a bigger text block, and theirs is so short. I keep scrolling past it, without actually seeing it.
Well, then I take the hammer like the queen would knight somebody and put it on his shoulder.
Killing him.
And
That's what the strength training was for.
oh shit. So do you have both earned your old name back and your war name? You will be Adric. This is the stockier,
Mhm.
muscled
Fuck
one.
it of the two.
So you will be Adric Deadwall. And I set the hammer down. I hand him my shield and my old chainmail.
Ooh,
With these relics,
wow.
no foe will get past you. You will be in charge of what will soon be the shield wall and the spear line. And I go to Alec. Say your speed and precision has earned you your name back. You will be Alec Storm's Fury. You will be in charge of the soon to be cavalry and berserkers. And I hand him my my old battle axe and my great axe.
Oh shit.
And with these weapons, you will slaughter all who are stopped at the wall.
And now the DM is going, well, shit, you know that attack I had planned on a home meal has just got very pear-shaped because I have NPCs with actual weapons and shit.
Oh no, I am not phased at all. It's great stuff.
So
Griffy's
you-
just like Griffy's just like add 10 more dinosaurs to attack. Problem solved.
Wow, never gonna live that down. Okay, they
So
both bow their heads.
so
And,
you will each appoint 2 days of your own. And
oh god.
and when I get back, I want to see a formidable force here. Recruitment must surge,
Yes, boss. We'll whip him into shape.
or the draft will start.
Oh no. You hear somebody in the back. What now, Storm? Alrighty, so that's some extra gear for them to use. Chainmail and shield and,
Oh, and I'm gonna-
Great Axe. Yeah.
I'm gonna give them 20 gold to pay for any arms and armament that the dwarves bring.
Oh, okay. Damn, my notes, they get way longer, like the fact that... Okay. That is a lot of gold.
And keep eye on that witch in the house.
Okay, boss. We'll keep an eye on her and we'll kill anybody that makes trouble.
Good.
Good. It's like Geralden isn't around anymore. Make people do terrible things. Okay, so the ceremony passes. More debauchery, a lot of alcohol, more meat. It is good times. However, as all things must end, finally the morning dawns, bright and clear, for y'all to travel deep into the heart of Belarus, towards the town of Mazir with your new steam-powered battle carts constructed by yours truly, Wilf. So,
Glorious.
anything you gentlemen want to do on this journey? It's going to be mostly downtime since you guys just chill on the wagons while you are riding there. Is there anything your characters would like to accomplish in that time? Studying or some kind of skill or thing that you want to practice or do while you're traveling towards the new destination?
Brienne wants to take the time to try and see if she can pick up the basics of Orcish as a language. Because we're going to be heading into Orc territory at some point. It seems prudent to at least be able to speak or understand a few key words.
Cleef was also going to do a language thing. He wanted to really nail down his newfound draconic abilities. Really get the
Sure.
accent nailed, you know. And then just spend the rest of the time deep in reflection.
Deep in reflection. If Razgor is willing to teach you, I'd say that you wouldn't be able to read the language other than if you use your Eyes of the Ruin Keeper,
Mm-hmm.
but
No,
you'd
the
be
idea
able
is
to learn a couple of the most common words and such
Like
during the
attack.
course of the journey.
just enough to sort of be able to get the gist of a conversation if it's being had.
I mean, yeah, you're not going to learn like long form, but I mean,
No.
Orcish is a fairly simple language. It's mostly grunts and blows to the head, so there's not a whole lot of syntax or vocabulary that you need to build up.
So it's more about the subtleties about how you hit the guy around the head, the positioning of the fingers when you smack them upside the ear, and that kind of thing.
That kind of.
No, okay.
Teach them the 42 ways to say kill them.
Exactly, like just the basics, things you need to know, things you're taught as a child.
Yeah.
Wilfred, is there anything you want to build or tinker with that you on your way there?
Well, Mr. Wolfred knows that traveling, especially traveling with goods, can be fraught with danger. So I'm literally just going to be working on the Mr. Wolfram's traveling emporium to turn it into, well,
A steam tank.
to make it to turn it into essentially a tank in case orcs try to cause trouble. At the same time, I'll probably be tinkering with my forge just to like make odd bits and pieces to sell later on, like the occasional weapon or suit of chainmail, but nothing hectic. Most of my time is spent when the Wilfred wagon is parked. The Wilfred wagon leaves the next day with an upgrade.
Okay. I'll also say during this time, for next session, when you've had a look at see what some items you want to get.
Yeah, I know. I'll do that. That's fine.
We forge some of the stuff that you're looking for. All right, Shrimp. Any projects that you will be pursuing while you? carts.
Probably can't really be focusing on any of my book stuff at the moment due to mobility, so I'll probably be studying that, time reading that creepy book.
It's not a creepy book. It's a book of beards. Why are you gonna be so racist?
Because I find it creepy.
You're made of literal metal and meat. Whee!
Exactly. He
That's
doesn't.
why it's so
So is the book.
Sorry, some people. Okay. So this is actually for you, lady. This is going to be a huge boost. Your Steam cards do pretty good time, so that means it's going to take you about 2.5 weeks to get to Mazir from Homiel. Yeah, that's right. It's going to take you about 2.5 weeks to get there, lady. So you can mark down 2 weeks study on your, or 2.5 weeks study for your book. That also means you get 2 new spells of the highest spell level, or up to the highest spell level that you can add to your spell book at this point.
I've been looking over that.
Yeah, remember, if you study the book for a week, you get a new spell, so you
Right back.
are going to be able to add some new spells to your repertoire before you get to Mazir. Is that everybody? Yeah, that's everybody, right? Didn't miss anybody. Okay, so while Random is away, you guys are heading to Mazir. Mazir, for those of you in the know, actually, Cleef would know, and Brian would know because you've all traveled this way,
Yeah.
and also Razgor, although Razgor doesn't really know much about the town other than the fact that it's a town. Mazir is still a village, but it is a much, much older village. It is from a time when most of the structures were constructed of stone. No thatch roofs here. You know, we've got some nice clay tiles for the roofs. It is an old and very sturdily constructed village, but no real modern construction has gone on here for a number of years. You fine gentlemen crest the hill to Mazir and go down towards it, where you can see it nestled on the bank of the river. And the first thing you see as night is starting to fall is flashes of light and color coming from the village beyond. And ever so distant, you hear the sound of a scream that is just suddenly cut off.
Well, that doesn't
That-
sound right.
That
All of you make perception checks for me, please.
I'm back. Got a
Perception
BB.
check.
Razgor, yes, you guys have just arrived at Mazir. Should probably stop the wonderful forest music. And make a perception check for me, Razgor, as you guys have just crested the hill, gone down, and are looking down at the old stone village of Mazir. A village itself that's about 3 times the size of Homiel. Stone structures, and there are flashes of light coming from it, and also a thick mist rolling along the ground, creeping outwards from the
That's
center of the
not good.
village towards the exterior of it.
16.
21.
perception 18.
16.
21.
Those of you fine mental gens who rolled higher than an 18, or 18 and higher, I should say. You see a shape glide across your vision before disappearing by one of the buildings. Star-shaped, organic,
Yeah.
metallic, and gear-like. You've seen one of these before. The creatures you fought in the mines, or the quarry, I should say, near Homiel.
God.
You
Not
hear
again.
another shriek that is abruptly cut off, and see another flash of purpley pink light like a bruise. And you see shadows thrown out from behind the building, dancing and showing more of these star shapes. And as you look up, you see that there are dozens of them slowly rotating high above the buildings, up in the sky.
Okay, last time we saw these, they stole one of the crystals, and we
Yeah.
had to make it go explodey. We should probably get in there quick. Stop
Yeah.
getting the next one.
Okay.
Those of
go.
you who rolled really well on your perception checks, those of you who rolled 20s,
Me!
notice something else.
Oh no!
Where before there was a symmetry to their construction, to their build, where they moved with ordered motions, where they fought in neat ranks, Now they are lumpen, cancerous, and malformed, and move with erratic jerks through the sky, and none of the precision that they displayed the previous
I
time.
don't want to alarm anyone, but it looks like they've been affected by one of the stones.
Whichever last time.
Given
we
that
shouldn't be
everywhere
bugging
else
them.
we've been, the stone's effect has been painfully obvious. Should we really be surprised?
Can I strip the lines, or are you guys gonna quickly erase them?
I'm deleting.
Casa de Shrimp.
Okay, Mr. Wilfred.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Given that you probably don't know all that much about what we're about to do, we are about to go into combat with things that have been, for lack of a better description, corrupted by very ancient, very powerful magic.
Okay.
If you hear one of us tell you, if you happen to see, and you will probably see it, a stone or rock giving off an extremely powerful magic aura, do not try and touch it. It will not go well. That said, once we enter combat, feel free to hit whatever is not one of ours.
Okay.
I might get interrupted here sometime soon, so I'm gonna have to
It's all
step
good.
away for a minute during this.
No problem.
That's okay, Razgor will put up a brave stand and die honorably.
As is, he's been.
Yes.
Habit.
He will die defending Brienne again.
After
Because
last
truly-
session, I have 4 backup characters made.
Wow,
Dude,
you
after the last session, I'd like wound up the original fighter that I had. I wound up deleting, and I have created like 2 new backups. to give
Backup,
updates.
backup characters are bad luck. Cleef's never gonna die.
Yep. Sure
No,
can.
the one character that I am actually creating, I've got a very serious motivation to potentially use. I just need to speak to Griffey at some point about some stuff, storyline wise here.
Motivation is death.
Cleef would like to dismount
no.
the wagon and run into the village and
Yeah,
recon.
Brienne's got her crossbow out, and
Okay, so you find gentlemen. Yeah, these are all just houses that are all intact, as far as
Can
you
I-
can tell.
can I ask a favor? Would you mind just doing the line art for those houses in a different color to the grid?
So it's like,
If
Right.
it's jokes aside, if it's not an issue, it's just it's a little bit awkward to see.
I agree with you. What would be a good color to use? Green?
Houses are in houses are in houses.
Okay, let's do that. Get out of here. Get out of your lines. I'm gonna make the grid a little bit thinner as well.
Suppose
if
they
I
can the green be more opaque, or
Plan. That's gonna be the plan. Is that good enough? You guys can see?
Yeah, that's perfect.
yeah.
Okay, fantastic. I'll zero on that for you. Okay, Cleef, make a stealth check for me as you are going to dismount and move your way into the village
Okay.
itself to boot.
Before I do that, let's just hands in the middle, backflips on free.
I'm on
Okay.
Squeak, so
Yeah.
Squeak puts his hand on.
Well, Squeak's gonna get
And-
the thing and not you then.
Backflip.
Hold on
Yeah.
a second.
And also, again, once again, I bow my
Alright,
head,
I'll be back in a little bit.
It's all good.
and again I bow my head and utter and say a short benediction, asking the great old one to bless us in this endeavor. So everybody's blessed,
Everybody.
Amazing.
even
yeah.
Mr. Wilfred.
Even
Mr. Wilfred.
I
Oh
rolled
yeah.
26 for stealth.
Even my little buddies.
Even your little buddies, if they were there within the in.
Oh, well, they were with
within
me,
earshot
so-
of me.
We need a
Yeah.
token for Mr. Wilfred, I just realized.
And I just realized something. I'm going to be spending a lot of time talking to Mr. Wilfred
Oh no.
and telling him and
So you gentlemen are coming in from
Teaching him.
this side of that.
to embrace his tentacled goodness.
Oh no, that doesn't sound profitable at all in any way. But I'm happy to talk to you about free market economics.
That sounds like socialism.
Exactly.
It is extremely profitable. One of the tenets of Cthulhu is do unto others before they do unto you.
Cleve's running away as Brienne starts her spiel.
Yeah, I'm just. Mr. Wolfred is from under this cloak he wears. You see him pull out what looks like a startlingly large crossbow.
I cast Mage
pretty.
Armor myself on the purgatory phase.
Sorry, what was that, Liddy?
Mage Armor, cast myself.
Mage armor on yourself. Oh, good. Should have probably made these larger before I put them down. I'm not a smart man.
Oh, the astute among you will have noticed that Cleve no longer wears his leather armor, and is now just running around in essentially his pajamas.
Imagine.
Cleve need.
Oh, you wanted to remember Grolden.
Sure.
There we go. Where's the proper size? We don't have another dinosaur incident.
Oh no.
Yes.
With
Are
hopefully-
these, I assume that these floaty thingamajigs aren't considered humanoids.
I will check for you in a second.
They like no
Technically,
humanoids
they are.
I ever seen.
Technically, they are actually.
Oh no.
Oh yes. So Cleve, you're going in ahead to scout for the party so long, hey?
Yes.
Okay, so Cleve, put yourself on the board.
Where are we coming
Oh
in from
no,
this side?
Shrimp is disconnected.
Yeah, we'll shrimp momentarily. Oh, actually, everybody roll initiative for me. and
Oh
then
yeah,
we'll
that's a
do
good
this.
idea. With advantage.
Where there is!
But that was garbage.
19.
No,
8.
19.
19. Okay, Cleve goes first. He's
Cleve
got
19s. Who's got
What's-
the highest decks? Cleve, I take
Cleve,
it.
yeah. I've only got 17 decks.
20.
Wilfred, how much decks?
I rolled like an 8, so no.
Oh, sorry. Somebody else rolled a 19.
Me,
Okay.
Brian.
To be Cleve, then Brian. Oh, no more Douglas. And then Wilfred. And then we'll just put Razgor aside for now. We'll slide him into the initiative order when he comes back. And then when Lady reconnects, hopefully soon, he will also be here. Okay, so Cleve. You slide on down into the village.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take cover down here and have a look down the street.
Okay.
Can I see these things? Are they on roofs?
They're all like floating in the sky above the houses. And you look around the corner and you see.
Oh, I'm back, okay.
Hello. Lady, roll for initiative, please.
Hello, I'm back.
Hello.
Yeah, no, give me a moment. Kick me out.
Can you roll in initiatives?
Do you want me to roll your dice?
I think I can roll on thingamajiggy. I rolled a 5 plus nothing.
You have advantage.
Oh,
Yeah, remember.
okay.
Advantage from
Cleve.
10.
10. Oh, you managed to roll higher than Wilfred, so that's not bad. Okay. So it's 4 of you. Okay, Cleve. So the first thing you see is you look around this corner into this alleyway, and you see a woman come stumbling out of the houses, and next to her on either side, you see her clutching her children, next to her. And you hear above you and a crack of thunder, and you see a purple beam lash out from the eye of one of these creatures directly down at this woman as she stumbles out of the house. It sweeps across her, and the 2 children are gone, leaving only her standing there. She looks around in shock and starts calling for them, and then a moment later falls to her knees and starts screaming as you see her slowly convulse and turn into another one of these creatures.
Oh, that's not good.
And slowly float up into the sky as well.
That's worrying.
So,
What's Cleve gonna do?
Cleve's like, not like this.
Not like this. Clue's just gonna stealthily move up to this corner
Okay.
and wait for the team.
Team's like, we're out.
Bye!
Yeah, they're like, we're not doing it.
Well,
Um,
Cleve said he was going to scout ahead. The team's kind of waiting for the scout to come back and report on what he's found.
Oh, Cleve should probably return.
Okay,
Cleve runs away.
no problem. So you see, like, these things are just kind of like hovering here above the village. And every now and then, when somebody's nerve breaks or somebody thinks they can sneak out, you just hear that crack, followed by the splash of purple light, as you see another one of these creatures join them in the air. So, Cleve, you make your way out of the village. Back
Yeah,
to the-
I run back. Yeah, those things are floating over the place. Anyone that leaves, they zorbed up with the kids. Don't know where they went. And then the adults, they kind of turn them into more of them. So we kind of need to get everyone to not leave their home. Because I didn't see any of them on the ground. Only the floaty things. So I think they're safe indoors.
Okay.
They are
But
trying to
they're all-
leave, and they don't need to be leaving.
And if that beam hits them, they become more of those things, which means that potentially, if we do fight, we could wind up fighting the townsfolk. Could you see anything different between?
Did
like,
they look horribly cancerous like the?
Oh, yes.
do they look all the same as the others?
Yeah,
When
they
normally-
ain't looking
when
good.
normally- Yeah, normally when it was like this 5-starred, like a starfish float. Before they looked like floating starfish with 5 little mechanical legs, holding them up when they landed on the ground, with an eye on each of their starfish legs. Now they're more like a deep undersea creature that has got tumorous growths and barnacle encrusting it.
They look an awful lot like how you describe Cthulhu, Brienne. Bulbous, cancerous, not looking good, ugly, deformed,
Except for one problem.
malnourished, mutated,
Grotesque.
ugly, grotesque, horrific.
Wrong color.
It's nighttime.
My Lord Cthulhu. Such lurid displays of frustration and purple.
Pretty sure I saw some purple on them. Their laser
Maybe.
beams are awfully purple.
No, her laser beams are blue-green.
Brienne's are, yes.
So yeah, kind of need to get everyone to stay inside.
So yeah, tabletop won't let me connect anymore.
If
Oh, wow.
Steve's going offline,
Wow.
I think that's why.
Yeah, restart.
Shouldn't be offline? I'll restart my entire machine.
No, it's
That's just
restart
it.
Steam.
Team.
Just restart Steam.
That normally does fix anything for me. Okay, that's Cleve done.
So,
So we gotta figure out how to get in. Cleve, I don't suppose you does it look like these things are congregating anywhere, or are they just standing there on the roofs?
They just look like they're hovering over like one over each house, really. Yeah. Yeah, they're just hovering up there, just kind of waiting for people to leave the house.
Yeah, we need to try and get inside one of those houses and speak to the townsfolk and find out what's happening. If the children are disappearing, where are they going to? Maybe wherever they're going to is where we need to go. And maybe if we can find out where.
Should we not
Wait.
just shoot these things?
Yeah, last time they messed us up, kind of. Well, they messed some of us up.
Yeah, but last time they weren't townsfolk that became these things.
It's very true. Last time they were looking for the
By
stone,
your- by-
and once they got the stone, they immediately left. They're still here. That leads me to believe they haven't found the stone yet.
which gives us a chance. All right. Well, let's try and head in and try and find. But we need to find out what is going on first and foremost. We need to find somebody in this town somewhere that we can speak to.
Which house did the person come out of with the kids? Is it this one?
It was this one over here.
Okay.
They like tried to go across here, or came out here, and then they got zooped, and the mother is now floating. Well, what was the mother is now floating. Over.
I know that house is no good for people. Maybe. There could still be people in there.
So, initiative order after Cleef. We have Brian. What are you doing? How
Well,
are you fine gentlemen are going to approach this puzzle?
with great difficulty. Well, they didn't. Clef, did it appear that they responded to you when you
I
moved in?
don't think they saw me.
Okay.
Cliff says matter-of-factly.
And I have returned.
Yay!
Yay!
So, Brian, what are you doing?
I'm looking. Okay, I'm gonna move. I think we'll try and move in towards the edge of town,
Could we-
and we try and.
Could we create a distraction like this, boys? I don't know if you're interested in this product I was developing while we traveled. And I show you this rock. But when I tap the rock, it creates a visual. It looks like a static image of Razgor standing there. But it's like a Razgor if looked at, like his nose is slightly more. He's just slightly uglier than actual Razgor.
I think it's an improvement.
It can't do anything, but I mean, it looks like a person. You just have to chuck him on the ground, and then it just stands there. But
Well, why don't you
could be
throw it?
distracting.
Why don't you throw it down there and see if any of them
Let's
react
see what
to
happens. Yeah.
Okay, Griffey, I'm gonna toss it towards the village.
Yeet! Okay. Where are you trying to yeet it to?
I'm literally just trying to yeet it to here.
It's over there somewhere. Okay. No problem. So you yeet your device, and it lands with a loud whack on the ground, and immediately two of the creatures come over, and moments later, twin flashes of bruised pink-purple light flash down at the image of Razgor and clear. And the Razgor image, is it destroyed if it's interacted with, or does it stay there?
It doesn't actually say, to be honest. It's just my magical tinkering. I've just created a little item that has a slight magical effect.
Okay. So,
So I suppose if they by chance hit the rock, then it would just disappear if they break the rock. But they would have to figure out that it's,
yeah, they're like,
The rock.
they both, these beams intersect, and the image of Razgor is left intact. And then you guys hear a... And it just keeps going and going and going and going as one of them starts screaming.
Oh god, I hate it.
I think Griffey's neighbors hate it more if it's any consolation.
Yes, this is true. And now that the alarm has been sounded, you see more and more and more of them. So I'm going to roll initiative for these boys as they start to congregate
Well, shit.
towards the distraction that you guys have made.
They're gathering around this. Well done, Mr. Wolford. You see, your distraction seems to have worked. So we should be able to sneak around and get into one of these buildings.
16. Okay. Okay, so these guys are slowly going to start congregating over here. I'm just going to have them do that. Next up, we've got Shrimp. Shrimp, you guys have now got a nice little distraction here. There's a nice little distraction closest here to you guys.
Just so we can remember, that's where the ugly Razgor is standing.
Everyone should remember last time we fought these things, some of them were like, remember, programmed to react to magic.
No magic. Got it.
Well, magic if you need to, but just remember.
Only as a last resort.
Yeah, so these ones are slowly start coming over here. So what's happening, Shrimpy? Now that they're all coming towards this.
I don't know. I'll just somebody called no magic, so I'm just gonna do nothing.
You can magic. Just make sure they don't see you.
So they're all slowly coming to congregate on this side now.
So yeah, were these things humanoids?
Yes.
Or no? Oh, they are humanoids.
Yes.
Well, this okay, so they're not. They're still just kind of doing.
They're all
own
like
thing.
congregating. You guys also periodically
Yeah.
see like another flash of like purple light as they try and once more zap the image of Razgor that's thrown into the middle there. And every time they zap it unsuccessfully, the screech goes out once more, and more and more and more of them converging on this point now, and just lancing out these beams of
Okay,
energy.
so
Okay.
we need to hit around and
This could go wrong, but sure. Let's test this out. They don't react to magic theory. I'll just select one of these things since you said they're humanoids, and I'll try and dominate the person. It says humanoid.
No, I know. It's just I don't want to pee in your parade. Make an intelligence check for me.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. See if they're like actually intelligent enough to be able to be done this too.
Well, the previous time you tried to use Crown of Madness
19.
on them, yeah.
Plus
You recall
stuff.
that they have the axiomatic mind trait, where they can't be compelled to act in a manner contrary to their nature or their instructions and are unaffected by enchantment. And you recall that
Okay, then never mind.
on them. No, just so you don't waste a spell slot when you've already encountered this particular effect before.
Okay, yeah, no, this would kind of be used to do stuff like that, so it's not gonna work. That's fine. I don't really have anything to do. I'm just
Okay, so you guys
hanging
are
around.
Okay, so you're
I
holding
have no
turn.
idea what the plan is, so I'll just do
I
nothing.
think currently the plan is to, now that they're distracted,
sneak
sneak
around
around,
them.
find a house that we can get in, try and find some info.
Wilfred, your turn. What would you like to do?
Well, it seems like this is working. So I'm gonna chuck another rock, like over there, to keep the distraction, and then me and my boys are gonna start moving around.
Make stealth
You know-
checks for you and your boys.
Oh, that's problematic.
You
Or
have
no.
advantage.
This is true.
They don't.
Well, considering my stealth is at a disadvantage normally, at least I just roll it normally.
Oh, no.
Very true.
Oh, 19.
Nice. What about your two boys?
Yeah, I don't know. They don't have stealth as a trained skill, so what would that be?
Just Dex plus 2 to D20.
Okay, hold on. First one's a natural 20.
Okay, that's enough. Majority of your group roll is high enough.
Other one's 21.
Okay, fantastic. So, put yourself on the table there with your two friends. Where are you heading to?
Around this way to see if we can get into one of these houses once we've gotten out of,
Okay, so move yourself where you're going to be on the grid. All right. So since Razgor's not back yet, the Bex is back up to Cleef.
Cleef is also going to start moving maximum speed, while stealthily, to around there. Catch up.
Brian, your turn.
same thing, moving
Make
back
your-
around.
Self check for me.
Stealth. 21.
Enough. Okay, so you also move around. And Shrimp, your turn.
Okay. Yeah, I think people are gonna collect information. I'm not the stealthy, so I'm just gonna keep hanging where I am with Razgor, just hide in the bush, just
You basically see
staring.
these things are now starting to form a circle
Yeah,
around.
just-
these.
I was actually gonna ask that. So these guys, do they all look like copies of each other, or are they just kind of all mutated differently? But I'm just wondering, is there
printed from the same basic template, but the individual like warts, mutations, and such look slightly.
I was just asking, would there anything look like one that, since I saw the whole, or heard the whole thing with them copying, hitting people with beams and them becoming like them, does any of them look anything that would be like the original one?
No, nothing discernibly human as far as you can tell.
Nothing just I mean, discernibly that was the first original mutant, the original one that came here, not the humans.
Don't see anything. They sort of form a half circle around these two, and they're just slowly all rotating now in unison, firing these flashing purple beams down at them. They don't seem to be acting as intelligently as they were the first time you encountered them.
Interesting.
Anything else?
I'm not sure if I'm in range, but if I use minor illusion to oh no, minor illusion doesn't move. Never mind. I was just trying to see if I could minor illusion an image in front of one of them to see what happens if they get hit again.
Okay.
But minor illusion doesn't move. Never mind.
Yeah. Far away. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So your shrimp's holding position. Wilfred, you are in position behind one of these homes with the rest of the group. What would you like to do? Wilfred?
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were waiting for me. My bad.
That's all good. What is your plan of action?
I suppose I'll try and get into one of these houses and see if there's anyone to speak to.
Okay. You guys gonna just hop through a window, or?
Yeah, hopefully find a door, hop through a window, something like that.
All right. Fairly straightforward. Go inside, look around. You find some food sitting on the table that has started to rot, and the interior is empty. Front door shut, but it's not locked. And it looks like the people have been trapped in here for several days until thirst or hunger has driven them from their homes into the waiting arms of these creatures.
Oh dear. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll try and head off. We'll then get ready to head into the next home when the next turn is.
Okay, so you're just gonna move to the next one. All right. Cleve, sorry. Make a stealth check for you as you move to the next, past the street.
Um,
17. Okay. So you quietly move on over to the next building over. Glance inside. And you see the form of a man sitting with his arms wrapped around his knees under what looks to be the dining room table inside the house.
And I signal the others over and point indoors.
Are we dead?
Okay.
We're not dead, no.
Razgor, roll initiative for me, please.
I have advantage.
Oh,
Within that.
I'll run you. So these two crosses are Razgor clones that are getting continually electrocuted.
12.
12. Okay.
The,
You go in right here above Shrimp.
these things were floating over every house, zorping up people and turning them into more of them. And then we've made clones of you to distract them, and they've all gathered around the clones.
Exterminate.
And you and Shrimp are hiding in a bush watching, and the rest of us trying to find people to talk to.
Okay, so that brings us to Brienne's turn.
I'm gonna move up to Cleve.
Okay, so you also dash across. I'm going to roll at this point. You guys don't have to roll stealth anymore because they're all still focused on this
Okay.
area, and you're far enough away from them; they're not going to notice.
Move up
Okay,
to-
so Brienne, you move up. You see, you glance indoors, and you see that there's a man sitting under the table. Hasn't noticed Clef yet. Just got his eyes crunched tightly shut, and is quietly muttering and praying to himself, sitting under the table.
I sort of whisper to Clef, okay, I'll cover you. Go on in and speak to this guy.
Oh, I was gonna say you go in and speak, and I'll stay out here and cover you.
I'll go in. So
Okay.
I'm coming through the
Because
window.
I also need the
and,
bathroom, so I'll be right back. But I'm guarding the door.
I'd sort of like climb in through the window and get to the guy. And sort of like grab him by the arm and like put my hand over his mouth to stop him from screaming.
He screams immediately, but it's just like a inside of your hand.
Relax, relax, relax. We're here to help.
Relax your anus.
The last thing you
We're
heard.
here. We are here to help. My friends and I are here to help. What is happening in this town? What's going on? I tell him, just hang on. I'm gonna take my hand off your mouth. You're not gonna scream. You're gonna tell me what's happening, okay?
Oh,
Nod your head if you agree.
He nods his head vigorously.
Take my hand off his mouth. What is going on here?
We don't know. They've been here for days.
Okay. When we came in, one of my companions saw a woman with 2 children, and as she ran out of the house, and these things shot some kind of beam, and the children disappeared, and
That's how
then
it is.
she turned into one of them. What happened? Do you know what's been happening to the children? Do they just disappear, or have you seen any of the children?
I don't know. Like, there's a big glowing hole that opens up every now and then
Where did this hole open up?
in the middle of the town,
Of course, it would be the middle of town. Okay.
and then small ones come out.
And do you know what these small ones do?
Some of them just kind of stand around for a while. Some of them started digging. Others went into the houses, but they don't look like they could figure out locks very good. So we've just been staying inside, but
All right, we're
definitely
going.
thirsty.
All right, we are going to help, and I hand him one of my water skins and some trail
Like,
rations. Here's
yes,
something to eat and drink. Stay indoors if you can. If you see anybody who is trying to sneak around, try and get them in here with you as well. Protect yourselves, and we will try and we will do what we can to help.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. Okay, and I sneak back out the window and I full Clef in on
What's happening?
what the guy has
End of
said.
Thrones turn.
Yeah.
Since Clef isn't here.
I'm back. It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. These things have been here for a couple of days. They've been terrorizing the town. Every once in a while, according to the guy in this house, a portal seems to open in the center of town, releasing a bunch of the smaller drones who either just stand around or try and go into the houses.
Okay.
Other than that's all he can tell us. They don't know what's happening here. They're too afraid to leave their houses.
And so we need to head to. We need to pick up the other
Center of
Raz and
town.
Shrimp, and then head to the middle.
Well, hopefully Shrimp's
I'll be right
smart enough to use that speak through with thoughts thing mind of his to try and speak to us.
Boy,
Hint,
that
hint,
sure would be
Shrimp.
useful.
That sure would be very useful if Shrimp did that.
Cleef's as fast as the fastest cheetah, and can just run over there and go tell him anyway.
While all this is happening, it's their turn. They're gonna lose interest in the images and slowly start drifting away.
Oh no!
It's smashing time.
They slowly start dispersing away from the site. Now they're gonna start making. So, Razgor, your turn. These things have finally realized that the images of you that are conjured there are just that, images. And they have lost interest and are slowly starting to drift away from the distraction that was created.
Razgor has suffered a sudden fit of amnesia, so he's not sure what's happening. So he's gonna wait and follow
These
Shrimp's
things were distracted. They all congregated around here, started zapping the bejesus out of their images, eventually figuring out that they're not, people, and have started drifting away.
You said they're flying?
They're all flying, yeah. They're all hovering above the structures in the village.
Like 20 feet in the air,
20,
something
30
like
feet up, 40 feet up, some of them. Variable distance, but yeah, they're all just slowly flying around.
that. Yeah, I'll just stand by, hold my... Can you hold your initiative in 5e? Or
Yeah.
just your action?
You can hold it for now.
Yeah,
Shrimp,
I'll
your
hold
turn.
Hello. Continue to observe. I have no plans.
No plans. Okay. Wilfred, your turn.
Well, considering it looks like they're all spreading out again, I'm going to dive back into this building.
Okay, you go inside the building. Good job. Anything else you're doing?
I'm going to get my little guy to start digging a tunnel to this building next to me.
That's loud, but okay.
They're not good with doors, so... Well,
Very-
actually, I have no idea about that, but it's better than nothing.
Okay, so you're gonna start getting that guy to start making it. Yeah, that's definitely gonna hear it. You guys, Razgor and Shrimp, you see 2-3 of these break off and immediately go and hover above this house. Just waiting for whatever is making that noise to come outside. Brian and Shrimp. Brian and Cleef, you guys see 3 of them suddenly swoop over and hover over the house intently. Both of you make stealth checks for me. Something has apparently riled them.
We
Can
haven't
we
moved.
hear the drilling?
You hear like a hammering coming from in the interior of that house, yeah. Like
14. I rolled 2 poor dice.
Oof. Oof, I say.
Ooh. Oh, 8.
Once more, the ear-rending screech goes out from these
Shit, they're
creatures.
not 14. I'm an idiot.
But we
Unless you
didn't move. Why do we have to roll the stealth checks? We've just been hugging the wall.
18.
They spotted
Sorry.
you as they came over. 18.
Yeah.
Okay, they don't see you, Cleef, but they do spot you,
Oh,
Brian.
phew.
Yeah, bring it.
The one closest to you sees you, and you see this lightning-like purple substance
Yeah.
congeal on the front of it and almost drip off before lancing out like a beam of energy
Yeah.
directly towards you. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Is this a spell?
No, technically it's an eye beam,
Okay. I still get advantage either
like
way.
a behold.
Dex. 11 and 4 is 15.
15. Okay,
Well,
you pass.
that one is- Sorry.
You pass as the beam washes over you, narrowly misses you, gouging into the wall, leaving the brick behind harmlessly. But you see, cutting any lichen and any organic matter that was stuck to the exterior is just gone.
Well, so much for
Um,
not harm townsfolk. We're going to have to defend ourselves.
This one goes. Whoop, 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 whoop,
Oh, so the organic stuff got zorped, but not
got
the,
absorbed.
but not like
Brick
stone.
and glass and stone, everything is left intact. This one is going to go and exhale a 30-foot cone of gas down at you, which means it's just you really that gets caught because, on the ground there. Make a Constitution saving throw for me,
He's
please.
just standing there shrugging.
It's like Pepega hands.
Oh, this is not going to go. It's again magic effect or
Purely physical.
there's 5. Oof, that's not so good.
This
6.
one is made deep inside them.
That'd be a 6. That's not so good.
Okay, that's a fail. Cleef, you see this gas wrap around Brian, and as she kind of like tries to dive out of sight, she inhales sharply and inhales some of this grayish gas and immediately just falls to the ground like a sack of potatoes, just
Oh
completely
shit!
limp, paralyzed for 1 minute, which is 10 rounds.
Dear.
So, that is their turn completed.
Fuck you,
Painted drones. Razgor, your turn. You just saw 3 of these creatures break or fly over there in a sudden flash of purple energy. It's still quiet in the town other than the droning sound these creatures make as they float about dispersing.
And the lightning was in the direction of where we went.
That is correct. Flash of purple was where they went.
So it looks like stealth time's over.
Maybe?
Oh, I'm saying that to Shrimp.
Okay.
Shrimp's just like, oh no.
Here I go killing again.
We got more done. So what's the plan, man?
These things were pretty big pushovers last time we fought them, so I think Razgor's just gonna hook 2.
They be flying though. Or do you want to fly?
Yeah.
Griff. No, wait. That was this thing. Is this like a poison effect?
No.
Okay.
It's not a poison. It is a paralysis gas.
Letty's about to live out his dreams
yeah,
of
but
ace
does it-
combat
does it
in
like-
5e.
Do you classify it as a poison or a disease or?
None of those.
Okay, cool.
It is neither of those. It is a straightforward gas. It's basically a breath attack, essentially.
Okay.
So yeah, if you make me fly, I'll go mix it up with the big group.
Okay. Just hold a second. So basically, hold your turn, or go. Have your turn happen after
You guys are
flying,
basically
like,
both already simultaneously taking your because you held his the previous turn to be on the same initiative.
Okay. Then I'll cast fly at 4th level, so I'll have both of us fly.
Okay, so both of you are now capable of flight. Razgor.
5, 10, 15. Wait. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 45, 40, 45, 50. It's 60, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 5 each. Actually.
5,
Oh,
10, 20,
sorry to
25,
interrupt.
30.
It turns out my bless works on saving throws as well.
Okay.
Let me ask this: make a
You know
difference
what?
to roll d4?
You'll have to remember to roll it for the next time.
That's fine.
For the next
Alright.
one.
Well,
So
to remind everybody else, bless does count for your saving throws.
I want to fly to right here, level with them.
Hmm.
Oh god.
I would just like to point out that you can also use Blaze on death saving throws since it's typically a death saving throw. A saving.
Okay.
That's going to be useful coming up, I imagine.
Crossed my mind, but yeah. So, Razgor, you fly into the middle of them. I'm listening. I love it.
And I'm going to use my action. Where is it? To use my channel Divinity.
Okay.
And everyone within 30 feet, which is like all these guys. I think this one.
Mm-hmm.
These 4 are out of range. Need to make a DC 16 Wisdom save or be frightened.
They all automatically pass.
Do you
It
not
worked last
remember what
time.
happened last time?
No, it worked last time.
Did it?
Against
Yeah.
the small ones. Axiomatic mind. They cannot be compelled to act in any manner contrary to their nature or their instructions.
But
Oops.
he's blessed, so it's going to help him in a minute.
Because that's what? 1, 2,
Is that
3, 4,
that's your-
5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
That was a
10
good plan.
saving throws.
Had you consulted with your plan before doing so with Shrimp, he would have informed you that that would not have worked.
Oh yeah, by the way, Griff, the Roll20 music isn't working for me for some reason. I think you just need to restart it.
I will do so. So, Razgor, that's your movement and your action, right? With your
Yep.
divinity. Is there anything you would
Absolutely.
like to do with your bonus action? Sorry, I did not mean to be a dick, but yes, you are now in the middle of them, up a creek.
Hooray!
No. I think that's it. I guess I'll just have Squig kind of be under me.
Catch me with
Catch
a
your
sword.
body.
Catch me and run.
Is it working for you now, Liddy?
Yes, thank you.
So, that's your turn. Shrimp, you still have your movement left in your bonus action. What would you like to
Actually, I'm just gonna. I'm just gonna thought form myself.
Okay. Wilfred, your
Everybody-
turn.
Everybody would have heard the roar.
Yes. Those of you who can still move, in other words, Shrimp and
Go away.
Cleef, heard the roar. Brienne is paralyzed.
I heard
and
it. I just can't do anything about it.
Mr. Wilfred, you're indoors. Make a perception check for me. See if you heard the roar from Razgor coming outside. Over the sound of axes, pickaxes, and shovels digging a hole.
15.
Oh, yeah, surprisingly, you over the noise, you're like, hold up, boys, what's that? And you hear the sound of this roar, which can only be the orc
As
amongst.
as I'm not doing any of the actual work in this, could I have looked out the window and seen Brienne fall face first into the
Oh yeah,
ground?
you just see there's like this column of dispersing white, grey, powdery gas. Yeah, that's basically clearing away from a prone Brienne.
Oi, you! I point, and I'm gonna send my little battle bot to go and pick her up and drag her inside.
You god.
Nice. Thunk picks her up and then just casually strolls back in on a little killing stroll. Okay. Nice. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
Thank you, Mr.
No,
Will.
literally just keep my other guy digging.
Leaf. Your turn. You just saw a mechanical construct walk up, pick up his body, and go inside the house.
Well, I probably recognised it as one of the horrible
Yes.
things. Cleef's gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm.
Cleef's gonna try and find the middle of town.
Cleef, make a stealth check for me, please. As these ones are on high alert now.
26.
26, yeah, easily. You glance around, and you don't see a portal, but you do see a circular 10-foot wide circle scorched into the center where you are currently. Right there. That is currently, there's no portal. But there is a perfectly spherical circle that is burnt in there.
Okay.
Anything else Cleef would like to?
No.
Okay, Cleef done. Brienne, make a saving throw for me, please.
What am I doing?
See if you can shake off the paralysis.
Constitution again.
Yep.
Uh, 11.
Fail. Okay, so you're still paralyzed for the time being. Bringing us down to the
Sorry,
Pentatron.
Rob.
Still a
Doesn't
fail,
make it a-
unfortunately. Almost. So close. Off by one.
Can I use my bonus action to make a stealth roll?
This one is going to float over here. And they're just going to close up the circle around you. And they're all going to notice. I'm not going to pick each and every one of them up. Just imagine all of them spreading like 360 degrees around
Now
you.
the trick Razgor is to duck as soon as they all fire their laser beams, and they'll take out themselves.
Yes.
And that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, right?
It's a free action to fall prone, right?
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's 11. All of them are going to hit you in one turn with their gas attack. So I need you to make 11 saving throw attack. Saving throws.
How can he only gas attack and not the freaking laser attack?
They can do both. Because maybe they want them to take the fall damage first from plummeting from the sky.
But you see, that's metagame thinking right there.
Really? Why would you
It
say
is.
that? They're flying creatures. They know what happens when things that can't fly fall.
What kind of save you say?
Constitution. 11 of them.
So, God, that's 8 plus 7, 15. Is that right?
Pass for the first one.
Don't forget your bless, eh?
Yeah.
This will surely help him.
Maybe, you never know.
8, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
Pass.
Oh shit. I didn't mean to roll that one. I was trying to move it.
Fine.
Well, it's a pass now.
Okay,
It was above
so
a 4. I don't know what it was.
let
That
me know
one
if any of your
passed.
totals are 13 or less.
Pass. Pass. So that's 6.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta pass 5 more. Pass. 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 5, 9, 16. Pass. I passed. Passed the 11 saves.
Okay, so Shrimp, you still being in your bush up the hill, just see this billowing gas cloud expand from the center mass that is Razgor as all of them just exhale this enormous blast of chalky gray-white powder towards your orcish companion. And when it clears, you just see Razgor spit on the ground, like it like clears some grit out of his mouth, covered head to foot, like somebody just yeeted a bag of flour at him. And he doesn't look very very happy about it. Some might say he looks angry.
I don't no doubt.
And then, having seen that that has no effect, these 4 ones are just gonna blast you with lasers. They're just like, oh well, I mean, if that didn't work, I guess we'll just go to the old standby. What's your AC currently, Razgor?
Only 19.
Oh wait, never mind, it's not AC, you have to roll Dex saving throw. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
40,
4
42. Oh, just 4?
Yeah, just 4 save. As they just bzzz you with their energy attack. Easy one. Easy clap.
Spread these out a little bit so I'm not stumbling over them.
Jeez.
Uh, 17 plus 5. 18. Ooh, 9.
That one's a fail. Any other failures?
No, just the 9.
Just the one. Okay. Guys, you see Razgor get zapped, and Razgor's gone. You're there for now.
Okay, disembodied voice of Razgor, tell us where you are and what you see. Project your thoughts to Shrimp.
So, that's their turn. Who's up next after the Pentadrones? Razgor! You are in a cage. What looks to be made of gears that are interlocked with each other over and over and over again, just hundreds and thousands of gears, forming a crude, but at the same time incredibly complex cage around you. Even the bars themselves are made out of interlocked gears, the wheels hooked tight. And across from you can see sorry-looking women, children, peasants, villagers, of all stripes. And this is where you are currently.
Can I touch one of the gears? Is it like actual physically there?
It's physically there. It feels like a cold metal substance that it's made of. Brownish, yellow stone almost.
And it's a 3-seat. I'm guessing it's a complete cage.
Yeah,
There's
like
top,
all
top,
around
bottom.
you. Top, bottom, every side.
Alright, well, I just pick up my fancy new axe and said, well, time to get to work. I start
She's like,
slashing.
have you brought us to Waterdeep?
Is this water deep?
She looks around. No, doesn't look like it.
Well, then you probably don't want to be here any more than I do, huh?
Good point. So, what do you do?
I'm slashing at. I'm trying to chunk out the bars.
Sure, attack roll, damage roll.
2 attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's only a 14
Hit.
and a lot.
And a lot. Okay.
I get
And roll your damage.
1d10, so 2d10. 7 plus.
Don't forget to roll this on your
14.
attack.
Oh, well, they.
Yeah.
it's plus- okay, well, they
You
hit.
don't really need to roll blaze preemptively. You can add it on if you miss.
So 7, 21. Are these bars? Do they happen to be? Where is it?
Hmm.
Fiend or undead?
No. They happen to not be either of those, unfortunately.
Oh, well then 21 total damage.
21 total damage. Okay, you hack into the bars, and the blade glints and glows blue, and you manage to hack one of them out. You think over the course of the next turn or two, you should be able to hack a big enough gap for you to actually climb out of. However, your noisiness has alerted the guards, and you hear approaching your cell from beyond your line of sight as they come to inspect what noisy creature that is imprisoned is doing on their turf. Shrimp, you just saw Razgor get poofed after getting
He got
blasted.
poof?
What would you like to do?
Well, hopefully their gas is on a recharge.
It is.
So this is a bit of a silly question, but if I polymorph, do I lose concentration on spells?
Any of the form you polymorph to is dumb as a brick.
So is dumb as a brick considered 2?
Yes. I'd say the creature you polymorph to has to have at least a concentration of 8. To remember to even know what concentration is. Intelligence of 8, sorry.
Okay, that's fine. These are really dangerous. I'm not sure if I want to engage them, and it sounds like a really bad idea. So I'm just gonna try to help the other people over here. I'm just gonna silently whoop my way around here and leave Pit Wolf whatever to his fate.
Squig to deal with
I
these
say,
issues.
do I still have a telepathic bond with Squig?
Does it work across planes?
No.
Then no.
Okay.
Well, that's therefore to
Good.
reply with that.
If Squig jumped as hard as he could he reach the guys flying? Are they like 30 feet in the air?
Not from like a standing vertical.
Okay, so fly somewhere over there.
But over there.
All Squig
Come
does
over
is
here.
die.
For Squig. It's all he does these days is die and get called back. Okay. So you see these ones.
Being over here. Okay. So what I want to do is this house actually. Is there a door on this side? Can I get inside of it?
Sure, I mean you find a window that you can climb through fairly easily.
Or just go through it, whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Can I basically? Is there a window on this side where I can see this guy? So I can basically take like cover behind it and then cast the spell.
Sure, why not?
I take cover behind it, so if it tries to beam me, I'll have a little bit of protection. Just insinuation on it. Why not?
Okay. So that's saving throw.
Wisdom
It's
saving.
right?
Sorry?
Okay. DC?
17 wisdom. Wisdom?
Yep, that's a fail.
Okay, it falls down like a brick. And
So this one just collapses on the roof. Inside Wolford, you just hear a thump thump! And like some enormous meaty object has just hit the roof above you.
Oh dear.
More like a horrible wet slap.
Yeah.
do they float naturally?
It doesn't look like they do, no.
Oh, okay, it doesn't. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, it takes 1d12 of psychic damage, and can make another wisdom saving throw on success.
Okay, no problem. Right, after Shrimpy, we've got Wilfred.
Can I have Squig real quick?
Sure, what is Squig gonna do?
He's gonna take the dash action to run around, like growling and barking, trying to get them to go on a chase.
That's not a bad idea, actually. Let's see if they follow. We'll see on their turn.
And trying to break line of sight from the
Others.
lasers.
Okay, Wilfred, your turn.
How is my little how is my tunnel going?
We'll say he's managed to dig to about here underground.
Okay, that's fine. In that case, I'm just gonna peek my head out the window and shoot at one of these guys, and then go back into the building where I'm well covered.
Okay, so you just like lean out and fire up directly at the one above you. Sure, make
Pretty
a
much.
an attack with whatever your attack stat is. Don't know much about the new artificer, not gonna lie.
I've just got a heavy crossbow at the moment. First attack is 13.
That's a miss, but remember your bliss add-on.
Oh, you're right. Okay, sorry. 13 plus 6, so 15.
Almost. Miss.
Second attack is a 18.
Hits. So second one connects. And how much damage is that?
10.
10 points of damage. Thump, slaps up into the creature and it does a fair chunk of damage.
And
you
then I
see three
step
orcs.
back well into the building.
Okay, so you go back into the structure itself. Alrighty then. So that's Wilfred's then. Keith, what are you doing?
Cleef's gonna like lean over that hole, see if it goes anywhere.
The scorched hole, okay.
Yeah.
You glance down and doesn't seem to be very deep. It's like a couple of feet deep at most. It almost looks like an oval, like a circular energy sphere, hovering here.
Terminator
gouged-
style.
Yeah, like gouged into the ground beneath it. To smooth it and glass it from the heat of the item.
Okay. Is there like a town hall looking building?
This one furthest away from you over here is...
Cleef's gonna start heading towards that then.
Okay, so you just basically make your way across to try and get there. Cleef is like, they can handle
Yeah,
this.
Cleef can get there.
Okay. You find a window to hop through to the interior, and find yourself face to face with several people, all looking sweaty, clammy, oily, dirty, and just, in general, kind of rank after being cooped up indoors and, nervous and terrified for several days. Without food, or bathroom, or water. It's bad time. All of them kind of like, ah!
Cleef hops in. Never fear, Cleef is here, and does a backflip.
Most of them kind of just stare at you. A few of them are like pinching themselves to see if they've finally gone around the bend. See if they've gone crazy.
Okay, do I have time to chat with them?
Yeah, sure. You could have a couple of sentences before next turn.
Okay, is one of you a leader?
Here, somebody.
Okay, simple question. Did you have any weird glowing rocks?
This one? And you see him like hold up what looks to be like a really tacky staff of office. It looks like somebody just took a cane, like a straight as normal walking stick, and has just kind of stuck the rock to the top of it. And this one is a pinkish color.
Do I remember anything about if pink correlated with anything from Shrimp and Brienne studies?
You know that the red one caused mutations, so if it's got anything to do with color, maybe something similar?
Okay, buddy, I'm gonna need that stick.
Oh, it's my staff of office.
Right, have this instead, and I give him a dwarven dagger.
Oh, wow.
I really need that stick.
Okay, thanks. And he, like,
Please
pops-
just deposit it in this bag. I hold open the bag of holding.
Fine. And then like put the stick in it as it just disappears all the way into this bag. You see everyone go, ooh, that's magic, that is.
Yes, it is. You're all gonna need to stay in this building till these floaty fucks are gone. We're working on it. Cleef out. Backflip out the window.
Backflip out the window. Okay. So you're now once more successfully outside the building.
Okay, this is my turn.
That's your turn. Okay. That was an easy way to get the stone, I guess. Brienne, make your Constitution saving throw. See if you finally recover from your paralysis.
Hell no.
Actually. Bag of Holding's a different plane, right?
Oh god, no! Is it?
Right?
Oh, I need to look.
It's an extra
It
dimension.
is, yes. It's a harmless stem plane.
It's a demi-plane, I think.
I sincerely hope Cleef's not about to fucking explode.
Okay. So, Brienne, did you pass that?
Brian, you see nighttime become sun as a thermonuclear
Yeah,
blast
we roll.
engulfs half the town.
Sorry, was it Brienne?
No, I do not.
Fantastic. In their turn, all of these guys, except for the one that is currently
Shit.
having a nice little brain moment with Lady Spell, fly over you. Every single one of them. They stop, hover there for a moment. You hear a crack boom of displaced air from beyond the building where you're standing, like the alleyway beyond you. And who's out there to actually see this? There's nobody really to see this. None of you are in line of sight to see this.
No.
And, sorry, Cleve, I'll put you back.
I
don't ever make
a character. Cleve's never gonna die.
Okay, and you guys are out of initiative, except for this poor guy who's still strapped here
God.
in Pan's Labyrinth, experiencing a lot of crowd shots and fabulous
Yay,
music.
paralysis worn off.
Just gonna roll a couple of saves for him. Fail, and that's D12, you said, Liddy? Okay, so that's gonna be enough damage to kill him. Okay, so this guy just deflates on top of the house, never having woken up, just dying from a brain aneurysm.
Yes.
Quite literally in this case. So, out of initiative.
Yeah.
So they've all
paralysis
just
rays
disappeared.
gonna go run to Cleef and like. go
Well,
there.
it's up to you, Cleve, what do you do?
Well, is Brienne coming over?
Yeah.
Okay.
I attempt to fish the stick out of the bag.
Come on, boy.
Wait, no I don't. Hold on. I've got the stick.
Are you sure?
It's in the bag. I kind of don't want to take it out now, or nor do I wish to look inside the bag. But I'm pretty sure one of these things wouldn't be able to fit in a bag. But I wouldn't know that.
If we wanted to be certain, I can create a bag of holding, and we can put your bag of holding in my bag of holding.
That sounds like a terrible idea. I hold open the bag. Brienne, do you want to reach in there and get the stick out? It's a stick. It's a staff of office.
As you say that, I'm just gonna step under the eaves here.
I hold it out as far as I can, one-handed, and look away.
As you step back, we'll do this in a moment. Wilfred, as you step back, you can see there's a steaming, blackened, glassy crater in the middle of town. As if something just recently had activated that.
Was it steaming when I went past it?
Yo.
Oh dear, I'm gonna go have a look.
So, you say you want to open the bag. Are you sure?
Oh god.
Leaf is the only one who knows what the stick looks like, so can't he be the only one who pulls it out?
I don't know what.
I wish to
Yeah.
consult with the with the smarts of the group.
Yes, hello. Technically. What's
Now,
up?
now I know how a bag of holding works because it's my bag of holding.
Yeah.
These things open up portals to go to other planes of existence, right?
It
Now,
seems so, yes.
I'm gonna take a leap of faith, and what?
It's a good word. Keep for flesh.
And I'm gonna wager that they know that I just put this thing in a bag, which goes to a different plane. Then they just all stormed away to try and get it. Now I'm semi-concerned that my bag of holding is now full of them.
Not sure, but I don't think they should be able to enter it. Let me do some brain research.
If that amount of them did just go in, the bag should have exploded. I don't think it can hold that much. But please enlighten me, because I'm not astute in magic. Where's Razgor?
Oh yeah, he disappeared.
Oh yeah.
He disappeared.
Yeah, the floaty things, they surrounded him, they gassed him, then they zapped him, and then he went like... He popped.
Okay, well I'm just gonna leave the stick in the bag whilst you... math.
Yeah, math. Griff, with my considerable intelligence, would I know that... Can you invade Bag of Holding's extra-dimensional space?
Yes.
Yes, as in, I wouldn't know, as in yes, it can be.
Both.
Okay. The answer is yes. So, they are probably attempting to, or currently inside of your Bag of Holding space.
I put the bag of holding on the floor and back away from it a few steps.
Okay, so, let's see what happens.
So-
do you know what...
Are you sure we don't want to put one into one?
Well,
I have no idea what happens, but I'm so eager to find out.
something tells me we shouldn't do that. If I take the stick out, then they'll probably all zorp back here. If they come through that same hole, could we booby trap the hole in the middle? Or put a giant net over it and capture them or something?
We could probably ambush them and they were just
Like,
throw the best they have.
could you fabricate a giant
Oh
rock to
my
drop
God.
on them?
That would take 10 minutes. I'm not sure if we have that time, and I don't know how long
How
it
long
takes.
would it take to invade my bag?
I don't know. Let me question my brain holdings.
Okay, you asked Brave.
That
How do you know how long it takes to invade a Bag of Holding space?
Hold on for a moment. Sorry, Erasgar, what was that?
this is Daniel.
Oh, hi, Daniel.
If that portal goes to your bag, inside your bag, if you threw the bag inside the portal that goes to the portal inside the bag.
I see. I remember I told you guys this is a puzzle.
Yes, but where's the hints to solve the puzzle?
They're there.
Can somebody go and autopsy like the thing and just tell me if it breathes? Does it have lungs?
Does it have lungs?
Not as far as you can tell.
Does it need to breathe?
Not as far as you can tell.
Damn!
It doesn't look like it needs to breathe. Just
Okay. Well, they're gonna try and explode into my bag, which will be bad for the bag.
yes, it will be very bad.
Oh, the stone was pink, by the way. I don't know if that means anything to you.
It doesn't mean anything to me.
Well, going by their previous relations to colors, it's probably related to the redstone in effect.
Okay, Clef, I'm gonna try something. Everybody step back. Let's just get as quickly as possible to a clear area. And then everybody step away.
What are you gonna do?
I'm going to take out my stone, which we know is a fairly disruptive effect, and I'm going to stick it in the bag and try and get to the staff.
Are you sure?
Well, the explosion will
Can't keep
probably
saying that.
kill me.
I can't keep saying that. I want to make it very clear.
I have a terrible feeling we will all die if you do that. Or at least be maimed.
I mean, we can also cause them to keep coming back and forth. Like, if we just
Hold
dump
on.
it now.
Let me try some. I take the stick out of the bag very quickly, and then get ready to put it back in very quickly.
Wilfred, where you're standing, you suddenly see a pinpoint of light start flickering and expanding in a swirl of crackling energy.
Oh, sure, boys.
Before, Clef, you stick it back in the bag and it vanishes.
Okay, did anything happen?
Yeah, you just hear me shout, ah! What did you guys do?
Okay, so if I take it out, they're gonna come back. We need to booby trap the fuck out of that portal.
Okay, prepare your anus, prepare everything you
However,
have. Oh no.
Oh,
that
God.
is where we'll end for this week. Hippo, if you would kindly save the table.
You son of a bitch.
Bastard.
Why these harsh words?
Well, I was gonna ask who wants to be a dinosaur.
Shrimp.
Only-
No, I was gonna, thingy. Squig.
Squig. Not much
He's
change
the
in
most
his-
useless of all of us.
I mean,
And he would be an
Like-
intelligence dinosaur, I believe, because he'd still be my companion. So his intelligence would still be 7.
Well, no, it would drop down to 2, or whatever the dinosaur is.
yeah.
It's
polymorph changes.
polymorph, not shape change, so mental stats go as well.
Mm.
Shrimp, I'm thinking you could use your fabricate to create a giant stone disc with spikes on the underside that we can just place over this hole.
Do what? They float. Also, it takes 10 minutes. Do we have 10 minutes until they pierce into this bag?
I have no idea.
Who knows?
Find out
Maybe?
next
Go.
week
Cleve needs to go inside the bag, see if they're there yet.
on D&DZ. I'll just keep putting it out the bag, in the bag, out the bag, in the bag to really fuck them up. That'll slow them down.
This one is dead. Come off the table. Goodbye, friend.
And then every time you do it, move around a little bit so that they can't. So that you're not in the exact same spot that you were. That way, if they get wise and try to create a new teleporty magic circle bullshit, that's not going to work because they won't be able to predict where you're going to be.
Well, you guys know a few things about them. They fly. They're resistant to mental manipulation. They're not terribly smart. And they don't have opposable thumbs, which is kind of a problem. And yeah.
God damn, everything's immune to fear.
No, just these guys, unfortunately.
We just need to like find a barn and then make a tunnel so they have to funnel through one at a time. We'll just stand at the entrance and opportunity to attack the shit out of them.
So, Razgor, you are currently stuck on somewhere very far away from home.
Can I cast Contact Dead with Razgor?
Sure, you can try. But Razgor is still alive.
Oh.
I'm not stuck in the prison playing with them. They're stuck in the prison playing with me.
So yeah, Razgor is currently in El Prisorino. Yeah, that's where we'll end. Razgor is stuck on the plane of Mechanicus, and you guys are on Earthbit, and Prophet is on another plane. Wow, there's like 3 different places where you guys are currently need to be at. Why did the lights suddenly go full?
Yeah,
combat?
I was like, oh god, why did the camera go off?
My eyes.
My eyes.
What is that? Is that lighting?
Yeah, there's a lighting setting.
Oh, neat. Cool. I can start doing lighting for evening and day. Neat.
We need
Sure,
you to
boys.
constantly be sliding it as the day goes.
Ah, of course. How can I be so foolish? So, boys, thoughts, ideas, suggestions on today's session?
It was good.
Yeah.
Oh, please don't.
There's so many options and there's no reset button.
Well, then.
Oh no, there is a reset button. Phew.
Now just weird. Now we have a new mission. So, Razgar, you're not going to be here for the next couple of sessions, right?
I might be here next session.
Well, if you're not
Next-
here, at least you're a damsel in distress they can try and save.
Next Sunday is my nights, so if I can stay awake, I'll be here. But the session after that, I will not be here.
Rescuing him from a different plane has got to go on the list of things to do after rescuing the Prophet. He kind of came first.
Wow, rude. Poor Razgor. Okay, boys. Well, that is me. I am all tapped out.
Cool.
I am out of D&D for you today. The well is empty. I'm sorry.
Now the Dark Heresy game starts.
Hey, don't even joke about that. I've been like contemplating. I'm like, yes, if everybody gets party wiped, yes, Dark Heresy has to totally kill everybody. No, Griffin, you shouldn't do that.
That's
But
just
it's
run
like-
Dark Heresy on Saturdays.
I'm just like, yes, Dark Heresy.
You can do Dark Heresy on Saturday and D&D on Sunday. Easy.
Wow.
I fail to see the problem with that.
I suppose so. Poor Griffy. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked. So I hope you all had fun. You guys got some new characters. You got some cool town. Dave's got upgrades. Wilfred got introduced.
I got
think we know-
paralyzed.
I think
You
we
got
know what happened to the Gargantuan plus dragon.
How do you know you didn't meet them today?
I'm saying I think we know what happened to them. They set up a shop outside the fucking town.
How do you know that you didn't meet them today?
Because I failed a 21 plus goddamn concept.
Yeah.
But Cleef is
Resgor
a
doesn't know that, of
dragon.
course, but
Cleef is a dragon.
Yeah.
Cleef
I
is a
mean,
girl.
duh. Wow. That came out of the left field.
That's just offensive.
That is rather offensive, isn't it?
Cleef is two people at once.
Mm-hmm.
Cleef is infinite.
Just Cleef's all the way down.
I really thought you were about to blow the whole town up.
Ooh.
When Cleef put the gem in his bag, you started laughing.
It's just because I've got this big color gradient charts with like different schools of magic charted out on it for every stone, and like how they all interact with each other. And it took me a while to like try and figure out exactly how that would play out. It's like first I was like, wait, does it kaboom? No, wait, that doesn't kaboom. I was like going through the chart, and then when I finally saw what would happen, it was just so stupid that I started laughing. Because it's, yeah, like I said, no, they're not very clever. They're very dumb. And it was just funny. Oh, man. I just love the idea of Cleef just having his bag is now just modrons for days.
But not even useful pure modrons, the creepy ones.
The weird, creepy ones. Oh, that's so good. That is some funny shit, not gonna
I
lie.
would have to find some books with magical items so I can have a look.
So you can
Yes, look at the DMG.
throw,
Or on D&D Beyond.
throw the bag of holding in the room full of enemies and shoot it with the firebolt or something, and boom, instant Modron army.
Or Jathar could craft a bag of holding and then have his robot buddy carry it a safe distance away from you all and drop the bag of holding into a bag of holding. That's something you guys could do.
I like it.
I mean, you have all these robotic workers now.
I mean, would they know you're not supposed to put bags and bags and bags?
I'm pretty sure you guys have a robot that could tell you.
I think you just do it.
That was pretty funny though. I'm not gonna lie, Wilfred is pretty great.
I'm looking forward to playing him. I'm not going to. I mean, it's going to be fun.